Hello, my name is Kafui Dey. My guest is BullGod, artist, manager, creative director, entertainment executive, and one of Ghana's most outspoken entertainment pundits. But before the conversation, I've got great news for you. If you send money back home to Ghana, you need to hear this. Lemfi is the app to use to send money from the UK, from Europe, Canada, or the US straight to Ghana with zero transfer fees. You can send directly to bank accounts or Momo, and your people back home will receive it within minutes. The exchange rates are competitive and the app is secure and safe to use. And here's a bonus. When you sign up and use my referral code Kafui, you get cash back on your first qualifying transfer. Plus, every time you send money, you earn reward points you can use to transact later. Download the Lemfi app now and use my code Kafui when you sign up. And now to the conversation. BullGod.
Yes, sir.
How be?
A day inside.
What's new? What's new on your end, man?
So I think the last time we spoke, we were supposed to do one other cell for our project. So we've done that.
This is Adopt a Cell.
Adopt a Cell, yes.
Okay.
And we've gotten approval to do a few more. So it's going on well.
Okay.
We've even gotten some other people from outside the country and here as well who are willing to help, adopt a cell and push the project that we're doing.
So for those who don't know, what kind of cell are we supposed to be adopting?
Oh, the police holding cells, because the people there, the condition there is more severe than your regular prison places. These are people that sit in one spot for months, years, and it's unhealthy. So we're looking at taking art, because I have an art background, so I believe that art also has some healing capabilities. So, we're taking art into, or behind the bars, into the police holding cells, yes.
Is this idea been cooking for a while, or
Yes.
something made you do it now?
No. It's been cooking for a while. I'll say I've had this idea for well over 6-7 years. It's just that the right time did not avail itself, but now this is the right time now, based on my schedule and everything. But this year I told myself, hey, put everything behind and work on this, because it's like, for me, it's more of a calling than a project. Anytime I go in there, I see the misfortune, the disdain for human dignity, and I feel that they deserve some sort of sanity. Yeah.
Which of the police cells shocked you the most?
I think the striking force. Again, like I shared my story the other time, you get into the place, and especially the loo. I think I was on another channel where I used I said, as a human being, if you want to try and ease yourself, and the space in which you want to do that is not conducive, pardon my French, the shit self no go come.
No.
You go enter back. You know what I'm saying? So imagine you are in that space where water is not flowing, the place is stinking, and the bowl is full with feces already, and you have to sit on it and go. I don't think even if you put a goat or a dog there, they would feel comfortable. So for me, those are some of the down sides, and also the place is overpacked. You have a cell that naturally should be taking maybe 10 to 12 people. You have about 45 or 46 people there. Apparently that cell has held over 100 people. And you should see the cell. When I was there, we're well above 40. So if that particular cell that I was in, that were a little over 40, was that tight, imagine holding 100 people. I believe we can do more. I believe our leaders, if we concentrate on that part of society, we should be able to do more for the people behind bars. If we're building hospitals and schools, and we're building factories and all that, we should know that there's a need for us to also look at those places. The more you open up society and the economy, the more people will find a way to find a shortcut. And when these shortcuts happen, that's when these people go behind, and they need to get there and be reformed. So that's what I believe, that if our leaders put their head into that space, it won't take a lot to do it. I mean, we don't have all the money in the world, but it's willpower. I was in Sawam over the weekend, went to visit an inmate friend of mine who I've known for a while. He's been there close to a decade and a half.
More than 15 years?
Yeah.
Is his time ending soon? What did they give him?
I think it's life or something, but he's appealing or something, yes. Yeah, and we've been talking for a while that I'll come. I've not had, but this Saturday I had the opportunity to go, and I'll put the documentary out. I spoke to him. It's not easy out there. Apparently, in Sawam, the holding facility there was meant for 800 people. There are well over close to 4,000 people there now.
Times 5.
Exactly. So imagine the conditions there, and that place is more of like a rehabilitation place, right? Because they have carpentry shop or electric or whatever, so that you can engage and, transform before you come back. Hey, the facilities there cannot hold the people there, So it's worrying. I think people should look, or government, because it's responsibility of government to do that. When I spoke with my guy, one of his concerns was the fact that we are quick at arresting and putting people behind bars, but when it comes to reform, we are very slow at it. And I think we need to do that, because hey, eventually these people will come out, and what are they coming out with? People have gone there, done 8 years, 10 years, come back, commit the same crime and go back, because they don't fit in again when they come here. Society does not even receive them properly. I was watching Black Rasta's show there last time. There's a gentleman who's killed, I think, close to 20 watchmen. I don't know if you've seen that story yet. When he kills them, he eats their testicles and their heart, and somewhere in the north. Now, apparently, the guy was imprisoned mistakenly for 2 years. There was a robbery, and they said it was him, so he went to do 2 years and came. When he got back, society did not receive him well. So he said, okay, then this is what I'll do. So goes on a killing spree, killing watchmen, elderly men, people above 70, makes you crush your head with a block, cut your testicles and whatever, feed on them, and he's been caught. So somebody like that can easily say, hey, society didn't treat me well, so this is what my reaction. You never know. There are a lot of issues that we are faced with as human beings already, and sometimes when you go through some of these things, you get broken along the way, and if you're not psychologically strong, or have some faith, then Charlie, you mess up in that. Yes. So I'm appealing to everybody, because this is a national call for all of us. And like I said the last time, I've always seen that place more like a coffin or a cemetery. We're all entitled. We could go there at any time. You never know what takes you there. Anything at all can take you there. So, the earlier we look at those places, the better for us. Again, our former finance minister doesn't want to come home because he knows the conditions he's going to face when he comes. He had 8 years to effect some change. He didn't do it. So it goes to tell people in power today that, hey, you never know, because there's always accountability. And you might not have committed the crime, but your first few hours or first few days in that space alone, if you're not strong, you're going to break down.
When was the first time you entered the police cells? What was the feeling like?
My first time was scary, scary, because then I'd gone there on a different charge, gone there on an assault charge. I had an altercation with somebody, and I think at the time I didn't even hit the person, I just pushed them. So when I went to the police station, I was being questioned, and I said, "Oh, I pushed them," and I didn't know at the time. Even if you touch somebody, it was assault. I didn't know that. So I wrote in my statement, and I was working at the Ghanaian Chronicle at the time. We were going to buy food, and that thing happened. So I think I did the Kutubabi police station. You know, my mom was alive at the time. She was worried, you know, for me, and it was my first time. It was different. I'd always heard people going there, you know, but I really, really now truly felt what it was. And I don't know, by some strange reason, I kept going back and back and back, and I got used to the place, you know. But again, I have a different mental, I'll say, arrangement. When I'm in the negative, I get inspired to think positive. Not everybody wields that power. So in every negative situation that I find myself in, I try and focus on the positive. So that's what got me this far. If it wasn't for that, I'm sure I'll be broken. Again, you're growing up, you know, the neighborhood in which you grew up. Some of these things, these are people that you were walking with, you know. So you have a friend who, oh, where is this guy? Oh, they catch him. Then maybe they're going to do some 2 years, 3 years. So you knew about stuff like that, you know. So it's just that when you were faced with it on the first occasion, you feel some type of way. Yeah.
Back to the Adopt a Cell project. How many cells have you painted so far?
Okay, currently we've done 2. We're doing our third one hopefully this week.
Which ones have been done so far?
We've done Adabraka Police Station. We've done the Striking Force.
Okay. The crazy place you went to.
Yes.
If I step into that cell, what will I see?
When you go inside right now, you see bright walls. You see orange splash all over the place. You see green. You know, so orange for that inspires hope, and green it inspires calm. Then you see an artwork, a mural of somebody with the prayer sign, with the rosary and the test-bar together. You see hope written. You see a dove. Beautiful space.
Are the designs your designs, or you just allow the artists to do whatever?
I allow them, but I give them a brief.
Okay.
There's something I'm looking for. So once I give you the brief, I allow the creativity to flow. I don't direct. I just give you a brief, tell you that we're looking for something that's hopeful, something that's bright, something that's inspiring. So those are the briefs I give to the artists that I work with, and they come up with beautiful work.
Who are the artists?
So there's Episode,
the musician,
and
the artist.
Yes,
Great artist.
Yes, and there's Mo Awudu, another brilliant one. He does murals across the world. He has some huge wall in New Jersey that he's done. I think the New Jersey mayor has even honored him. You know, so he does this around the world. You know, these are the 2 that we're working with now. I mean, they have other guys that are on board and are also helping.
How long does it take to paint the space? And are the prisoners, are the people, cellmates, inside the space when the painting is going on?
No, they are removed, you know, because of the space size, you know. So it takes 2 days. What we do, we'll go the first day to do the first coats. So we do our green and our orange on the first day. Then we will now do a base color, whether it's white or whatever, for the proper graffiti. You know, so that's what we do on the first day. Then the second day, the artists will come in and now do the magic. You know, so usually it takes 2 days.
And where are the people, the cellmates at that time?
Okay, so what they do is the police will take them to other holding cells to make way for that.
Okay.
We are also planning that in the future, because you never know who's out there or in there who has painting capabilities. So we want to try and involve them. You know, so when we go there and they feel that need, why not? So that it takes some stress off.
Yeah.
When we were at Sawam on Saturday, they requested, they said they've seen what we're doing, beautiful work. They want us to come.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they come and do stuff for them.
Okay.
So we're going to go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're going to go and do.
What's the reaction of the Ghana Police Service and now the prison service as well?
They are amazed. I mean, again, this is something that's unconventional. It's never happened. So they are wondering where this even came from, you know. And I told them, you know, some of us are artists, so, and already this, what I say all the time, if you've been into the cells, these guys, they are artists already, because there are inscriptions all over on the walls, you know. So it's just an extension of what is there. You just have to have an artistic mind or brain to see what they're doing there already, you know. So that's more of where this comes from, you know. Yes.
Hey, more fire.
Definitely.
Now that we know what's happening, let's take it all the way back to the beginning.
Yes.
What are some of your earliest childhood memories?
My mom used to beat me a lot. That I cannot forget. You know, she was a single mom raising 2 kids, myself and my senior sister. And you know, I think we gave her a lot to talk about. You know, we grew up in Adabraka. She was alone. She was a lab technician. You know, and she had the burden to take care of 2 troublesome. So all the time, I had to collect some slab or some. You know what gigging show is?
No.
Oh, that's the thing they use for the banku. Yes, it's called gigging show.
Okay.
So you could collect them, you know, and my mom's thing was, don't go out. You have 2 friends, your books and your bed. And Charlie, you know, we know they're here, so we first step out. Then when you come, you suffer it. You know, I think there was a time when we didn't have a radio at home, you know, and I had to even protest for a long time before my mom got a black and white television set, right? So I had a friend who had a barbering shop, actually 2 friends. So there's Nicole and there's Alpha. So these are guys that I go to, and you know, so I'm always hanging out around the barber shop. And you know, you go there and people are smoking, you know. I've always kept my hair like that, you know, so you go, they smoke, they pass, and people will see you and now go home and go and report, I've never smoked. You know, there was a time my mom said, no, don't stop going there. And I loved music, so that was for me, it was like a safe haven of some sort, you know. My mom got the police, a cousin of mine's boyfriend was a police officer at the time, to come in, you know.
Raid the place,
yes, lift me up and, you know, shake me a little bit, you know. But hey, within a week I'm back, you know, Charlie, back to factory settings, because I love the music, I love the environment there, you know. And I was a male in the midst of 2 women, you know, so I needed that. My dad wasn't at home, so you needed that space to be able to grow and know what the streets are like.
Did you ever meet your dad?
Yes. I think he left home when I was 3, 4. Yeah, then I think around I don't know, 14, 15, we met again.
Another 10, that's like 10, almost 10 years.
I think so, yes. I think so, yeah. If my memory serves me right, yeah.
What effect do you think his absence had on you?
A positive one, I'll say, because now I see the essence of being there for my kids. You know, I can't, for me, people might see this or whatever they go through as a negative, but I try to find the positive in every other situation.
Was it always like that? In the beginning, did you ever feel bitter towards him for not being around?
Yes, I did. My question was that, I mean, if you had issues with my mom, what has that got to do with us? I think at the time he tried to take us along, you know. So my sister was with him for a while. I had the opportunity to also visit because he worked at the bank, Barclays Bank, you know, so he was traveling around the cities and various towns, you know, so there are times when you go and visit him at Takrady. I think there was a time I schooled a little bit at Chapel Hill in Takrady, yes, because I was with him. But again, my mom also wanted her kids, you know, so it was a little bit back and forth, you know, so it wasn't that smooth when we were growing up, but hey, we made it. Yeah, we made it. And for me, it's taught me a good lesson that, hey, no matter the situation you're having with the spouse, the kids are in part of the deal. So you make a conscious effort to make sure, I've always said every man every man will fail at husbandry, but you can't fail at fatherhood. You should not. You should be able to be there. It will make sense if you fail that as a husband, but there's no excuse to fail as a father. So as a father, no matter the situation, be there, because I'm not sure women are that notorious that they would want to drive. I don't know, but no matter what, you have to stick around for the kids. Yeah.
Do you feel your father failed as a father?
No, I don't believe that. We all have our challenges and the way we want to handle our challenges. Yeah. And maybe if I wasn't married, I would say that. But I am married, and I know the challenges that comes with marriages, right? So it depends on how he handled it and what he thought would serve his purpose. So I can't sit here and say he failed. I think he did his best. He tried what he could do. We're good now. I mean, he's my guy.
He's still alive. He's still
He's 79.
Okay.
Hopefully next year he should be 80. If my mom was still here, my mom will be 79 as well. But she passed, I think, 6 years ago or something. Yeah. So hey, they tried their best. Yeah, they tried their best, because we're all faced with maybe similar situations. I keep saying that the difference between me and you is time, nothing else. I mean, today is cool with you. Today I'm down. It will rotate. Tomorrow I'll be at the top. You'll be down. But it's the character that we exhibit in both ups and downs that really makes us who we are.
What does he feel about your Adopt a Cell project?
Oh, he loves it. So my dad at the time, I didn't go to secondary school, right? So I did. I went to Aditrom, right? I did the primary 1 to 6. Then I think we're the second batch of people that got into the JSS singing. So I think I graduated in 92. Then I was supposed to do secondary, right? But I think I was 14. I was adamant that I won't go because it didn't make sense to me. At age 13, I had won an award, a national award, arts competition, a poster competition sponsored by the UNDP and Cocoa Board. I became first. The whole Ghana was inter schools, right? So I think first cycle, second cycle, one of them there, no GHS at the time. So that inspired me that, hey, this is what I want to do. I knew my clear path. I think at the time my dad didn't understand what I wanted to do. So it was like, no, you at least go to secondary. When you're done, then you go to the university and, you can still branch out. And I said, no, I want to get into the tertiary. And at the time, the system then allowed you to sit common entrance and get into tertiary space, right? So I did that. And instead of doing 3 years at Ghanaian College of Art, I did 4. So there was some sort of disconnect. I won't say a friction, disconnect, because my dad was like, if I talk, they hear then, But my mom was like, hey, I'm going to support you, do what you need to do. And at the time, I had a scholarship with Cocoa Board. So my mom said she would chase that up and pay my fee. So she was more into what I wanted to do, until I finished. Then went back to my dad, said, hey, I'm done. At the time, computer graphics was coming into the space, so I needed to learn that as well. So I went to my dad, he paid for my computer graphics course, and then started my journey. I did my service at GTV, I did 5 months.
What were you doing at GTV?
So I was at the props section. Props is what you have here, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So there was this, our boss at the time was Mr. Kron, so I was learning what to do and how to, do all that stuff.
Were they sending you around a lot?
Oh, yes, but we went there to sleep too a lot, because there was a lot of time, yes, the place was down, 2 days ago, I was at their studios and I told them, I worked for here before.
Maybe so.
And one of the things that I remember was every day you get there, there's an obituary. Somebody had died. They were just killing themselves there, you know. So somebody from this department died. You know, I don't know if they had killing competition at the place or whatever, you know. So
were you spooked?
oh no, me at the time I was young and I didn't care what. You
That,
just
that
go.
is far away from you.
Yeah. They say that is far away.
When you are young, you don't think about it.
You don't think about it, you know. So you go and read and you know.
So, oh,
Yes. Then you say, this is the man I just saw last week, you know. So I was supposed to do 6 months. Then maybe, hopefully, they take me on. But I did 5 months because then I had a lot of time and I didn't understand the environment because what I wanted to do, there was the edge to learn, but, you know, I didn't get that. So I left, came home, spoke to my mom, and then she now got in touch with her when I was in school, the art director who taught us through the whatever. And he was at the Ghanaian Chronicle at the time. So he got me a job there to do another time of internship, you know. That was when my thing really started for me.
what did you start? What were you doing at Ghanaian Chronicle?
Okay, so I was a graphic artist, and we're responsible for laying the pages. You see the newspaper that you see?
Yes.
The page layout. We're supposed to do that. So I had a boss called Nat. He was our main boss. Then he had an assistant called Josephine. And so I was the third one that, you know, but I didn't have the opportunity to touch the computer at the time. So, because when my boss finishes, the assistant will take over. And I was learning, so I just needed to just stand by, observe. So what I was doing with my time was doing unconscious doodling. I like scribbling a lot, you know. Yeah, so when I do that, I fold it up and throw it away. But there was a day my boss said, hey, don't do that. I mean, this is like, we call the place a mud house. So he says, just stick it around, anything that you... And we had a cartoonist there called Jomini. He's dead now, you know. Brilliant guy, like amazing guy. I'd always wanted to meet him because his cartoons always appear on the front page of the newspaper.
I think I remember his cartoons.
Jomini, yeah. Hard guy. Unfortunately, he was murdered at the time. Ooh. Yes, at that time the media space was volatile. It was Jerry's era. Yeah. So they don't play, you know. So anything, and the Ghanaian Chronicle was the first private newspaper, proper that was like head on with Jerry.
Kofi Kumsun's paper.
Exactly. Yeah. That's my boss there, right there. You know, so I got there 2 weeks. This guy is dead. Then
you left the dying people at GBC.
Exactly, and
you came to Chronicle.
I tell you. So I'm there, and they said, Kafui Dey call you, and I'm like, when you're relaxed, you can't be relaxed when Kofi is around. You have to sit up.
That's the big boss.
Yes.
Kofi Kumsun.
Exactly. When he walks in there, even if you have nothing to do, you have to pretend you are doing something. Because the guy is just, you know, you never know when he say, hey, leave and go home. He's like that, you know. So I'm there and they say, Kofi's calling you. And I'm like, hey, what I do? Me there. So the guy wants to see you. So I go there. He says, they say I draw. And that I know that Jomini is left. I was gone. And he needs me to step in his shoes. Can I do that? I said, I don't think so. I was like, I wasn't confident because this is Jomini.
Yeah,
like
man.
he's, you know.
Up there.
Yeah. And I said, no. They said, hey, but you can draw. They say you draw. I said, yes, I can. I said, okay, go and do. He gave me a job to go and do. I think at the time, Abacha had died. And there was another president, I don't know, something Sesiseku or something. He also had died in Zaire or something, but he died before Abacha. So he said I should draw. Abacha had gone to heaven, and when he got to the gate, the angels threw him back down to hell to meet that other president. You know, so that was my task.
That was the brief.
Yes. So now I pick up my stuff.
What medium did you use to draw?
Okay, so there's we had I've forgotten the name of the pen, but it's not a calligraphy pen. There's another one. I've forgotten the name.
It's ink?
Yes, it's ink. It's a pen, but it's got this thin needle.
Nib. Okay.
Yeah, then you put the ink in. So you draw with the pencil first, then you ink it out.
Okay.
Then you can scan it and put it on the computer. So I was tensed when I was doing the work. It wasn't my best work. I was, everybody had left. It was left with me and my team who finalized the paper. And the work I did was below average. Like it was yawa straight. I'll say that. And I left.
How did you draw from your memory, or you found a picture of Abacha?
Okay, so I found a picture of Abacha. I found a picture of the other president. I've forgotten his name. And then what I'll do is try and get the face. Then now add my own figures. Throwing whatever it is. Usually when you're doing some of these caricatures, it depends on what you want to do. You could just draw a big head or, small body or a small body, depending on what you feel or you're feeling at the time. I did a terrible job and left. Then I knew that was the end for me because it won't go anywhere and I'm on probation, so hey, yapon.
Lights out.
Yes. I get to work the next day, right from the entrance to my office, and everybody, it was like I'd won a lottery. Everybody, the people who didn't even know my name at the time were shouting, and I was like, what's happening? And Kofi had approved the artwork and put it in front of the the newspaper. Then I said to myself, that's my bitch right there, because that work shouldn't make it, and he made it. And because I was tense when I was doing the work. So if he liked this yawa work, then he died.
Then what will happen if
he died,
make relax?
He died. Since then he died. So I became like the official and whatever, and I just took over the front page, and we like he loved it. So we came very, very close. Anytime he's working on his front, he wants me to do something. There was a time I did a cartoon on Jerry Rawlings. If your time will permit, I'll share those things with your people. So we put it up here.
Yeah.
And I think at the time, NDC had gone to Congress and had stripped Jerry Rawlings of everything. Well, he wasn't a chairman, something like that. So I was asked to do
the cartoon.
So I did a cartoon of him naked, with him covering his front and back. Now that day, Kofi was in some mood. Kofi Kumsin was in a certain mood. I think one of the press that we print our stuff was burnt or something, and apparently was politically motivated. So he was, so I went to show him the work for him to approve. But I was like, oh, boo, man, call, because I trust you. So he didn't see the work. And it was published. Charlie, I'm not going to lie to you. It was hell for us. The demonstration in front of our office, and they were looking for who did the thing, And I knew where the thing that happened to Jomini at the time. So it was, for me, it was very scary, Luckily for me, they didn't know who I was. I could just go through the crowd and nobody would know it was me. And that was the only thing that saved me. But my cartoons at the time caught a lot of, made a lot of...
waves?
Yes.
And your name was The Bull?
The Bull,
Was that your nickname already?
Yes. So
where did you get your nickname from?
Okay, so I got it from friends that I used to work out with at the gym. So there was a British boxer, who had the name, I think, something bullish at the time. So they thought my structure looked like him. So they were calling me Boo, 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 Boo all the time. The dog at the time was not part of it, So I adopted the dog. And because, like I said the last time, I wanted to add a God thing to it. So I just did Boo depends on God. So everybody kept calling me Bulldog, So that's how it started with the Boo name, Yeah. So when I was drawing at Chronicle, it was Debul. So I spelled it D-E, then B-U-L. Yes, yeah. Okay. At the time I was there with, I don't know if you've heard ace journalists like Alfred Ogbami, William Nyakun,
Yep.
The Yoko boss now, Raymond Acha, he came, he was there. I was there before he came. He came as a student journalist, and rose through the ranks. So
Nice.
yeah.
How long did you spend at the Chronicle?
Quite a number of years. I'll say from 96 or 97? No, actually 97 to 2000 and 2002, 2003.
That's a long time.
Oh yeah.
What was your high point? The high point of your career there? Something you're most proud of?
I mean, the fact that I had the opportunity to be able to showcase what I had on the front page, and there was a day, I think I was in Etrusky at the time, and Komla Dumont of blessed memory, I was reading my cartoon, I'll say my highest point in my time working there was a day I went to my dad, right? At the time, I think I used to visit him, every weekend or something. And he loved reading the Chronicle. So I'd gone there and he was reading the Chronicle and he was admiring the cartoon, right?
Did he know it was you?
No, he didn't. So I said, oh. He said, the guy who does the cartoon, he's good. I said, oh, that's me. He said, hey, Balumo, and I said, oh, it is me. I could bring you the original drawing of this one, or show you what is going to happen then the next
like
edition. Yes. And I did that. So the following edition, the one that I showed him that was going to come, happened. And since then, he was like, yo, he just became proud, because he now understood what I fought, I won't say argued about or fought my way through at the time, because he really did not see, and that's what I got, the vibe I got from him. I could be wrong, but I didn't think he saw the essence of art at the time.
Yeah, because you went to Ghanaian College of Art and Design.
Yes. Yeah. He felt that I was good in science and all that, so he felt we could be doctors and lawyers. You know how these old folks are. So until that time, he was like, always shaky. But then when he saw that I was the one, anytime I get there, he's like, that's my son. He begin to do, that kind of thing.
It'd be so.
Yeah. So for me, I'll say that would be my highest point, because for a parent to be proud of the award,
nothing tops that.
Yeah, no, nothing.
Yeah,
nothing. Yeah.
After Chronicle, what got you out of Chronicle?
Okay, so I wanted to learn more. At the time, the environment just restricted me to just the page making or page layout and the cartooning. There's more to graphic design than that. And I'd always seen stuff that I'm like, why can't I do these stuff, Because I just knew this, the page maker, it was a software. And there was Corel Draw. I had gone through all those lenses. There was Photoshop at the time. I said, how are these things done? So I kept questioning myself. So my sister worked with an agency that recruited people for jobs. And I think one of the days, there's one of the best graphics people that I ever came across that influenced everything that I know today. It's called John Hooper. I think he came to my sister's workplace and said they were looking for a graphic artist. So my sister called me and said, hey, there's somebody here who, do you want to take a shot? I said, yeah, why not? So I went for a quick interview. He tried me out. I didn't do my best, but he said the brain behind what I actually did is what he loves, so he can work with me. So I took a leave. I had a 1 month leave, so I left, and I was supposed to come back after the month. But then I knew if I stayed on with him, I'll learn some more. So I bought more time at Chronicle and learned more. My time there exposed me to a lot of things, but I didn't keep that long there. I left there in 2 months because of, he had a small temper issue, so I knew job security wise will make sense. So I had to come back to Chronicle. Then eventually I left because, again, I needed to do more, and the space in which I was didn't allow me to grow.
Are you still in touch with Mr. Kumson?
No. But there's a niece of his that we speak. I the last time I spoke with her, we're trying to see how I'm gonna go and see him. Yeah. Him and the wife Diane. They're great people. So I left there and I went to Markham. Is it Markham? Yes, Markham.
Markham Advertising.
Yes.
Which accounts? What kind of advertising agency was it?
An advertising agency.
Okay, so radio, TV, print?
No, print.
Okay, print.
More of print. I think Daytown, they added some radio and television. But when I went there, it was only print, billboards, and activation of events and all that stuff.
What products did you work on?
Hey, at the time, we were working, I've forgotten the brand, but we worked with some car brands at the time. I think it's Skoda and all those, Toyota Ghana. We did some stuff for them, and our boss at the time, Mr. Hayford, yes, I keep forgetting their names. He was the chairman of, advertising, something.
Is it Mr. Akwa Hayford?
Akwa Hayford, yes, that's, yeah.
Mr. Tim
Akwa Hayford. That's my godfather right there, I think I was there for 2-3 years. Moved to ICAM, the security printing press.
What was that like?
It was good. It was good. That also opened my eyes to proper printing, like security printing. You got
security in terms of checks and things like
checks,
that. Okay.
Passports. Very delicate documents. So I kept learning.
Security cameras on you all the time?
Oh, yes, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. I worked under a boss called Frank. Amazing guy. Amazing guy. Then I worked with Talal Fatal.
Metro?
Yes, he had a studio called Ebony Studios. So we were creating all the content for Metro TV at the time.
What kind of content?
All the art cycle, right? Yeah.
The famous art cycle.
Yes, art cycle. So the artworks.
Yes.
And we're doing that
and
creating that kind of content. So, I mean, back and forth. Then I went to Charter House.
What was working with Mr. Talal Fatal like?
He was a perfectionist. He also was flexible, I'll say, because when we worked with him, our payment schedule changed. So let's just say if you earned 400 cedis every month, you could go to him and take 100 cedis every week.
Instead of having to wait till the end of the month.
Okay. So he'll do that for you. So it was a little flexible. And that's how come I got into getting money to go pay for my studio time for my artists that I started managing at the time.
Cash flow was there.
Yes, so you go and rent a studio, you take the artists there, they do their stuff. When you got something, you go, So he was somebody who inspired us. He pushed you to do the best that you could do. He wanted the everything perfect. So
and Metro was big at that time.
Huge.
That was the number one station.
Yes, huge.
Yeah.
I was there with John Jermaine, Kofi Anti. Jerry. I think not Jerry. Yeah, it's Jerry. I think he died. A lot of people.
Metro was big.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Sports content was number one.
Yes, huge.
And entertainment.
Yes, and so just like I think if you watch what TV3 is doing now, they have Adisa Way Studios. So that was something like that.
So Ebony was creating content for Metro
TV. Yeah, so that's what we were doing at the time. So I've been around a bit.
What was your high point at Metro?
High point. It's been forever, but I think I caught the eye of the boss basically. So and I think for me I've just been inspired by everybody around me, because there were tasks that I knew I could not handle, but then everybody had some sort of belief in me that you could do it. So it inspired you all the time, and so I became like a darling boy to Talal. Yeah.
Fadi was there as well.
Fadi was there.
His brother.
Yeah. Talal said he couldn't call me Bulldog, and that he would call me Lawrence. So he kept calling me Lawrence, you know. Yeah.
Why couldn't he call you Bulldog?
I don't know. I don't know whether he said it's against his religion or he felt it was disrespectful.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everybody calls me that. So
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that. He
Yeah.
said, no, I will call you Lawrence. We were there with, there's this top pianist. I met him, I think 2 weeks ago at the Joy FM studios. Oh,
Eric Antonio?
yeah, that's him. Hard, you know. So we're all there together, you know. Yeah. And I also worked with Eric at ICAM because he was in charge of Mega Star.
Mega Star, they had a band there.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. So
Good times.
very good times.
And then you transitioned to Shatta House.
Yes.
What was that move like?
Okay, so
Did Tala know you were going?
So I think I went to Tala before I went to Kobe's place, Kobe Hayford's place. Malcolm, yes. Yeah. So I think I left Malcolm for Shatta House.
Okay.
Now, when I was at ICAM, I was doing 2 jobs. So I was doing night at Metro TV, and during the day I go to ICAM.
So when did you sleep?
Charlie, I don't know. I don't know how I made it, but you know, I think I had some few hours within that time to sleep. Yeah. Shatta House, I had no intentions of going there. I was going to look for a job for my wife. My wife is a graphic artist as well. You know, then when
Is it good to marry somebody who is in the same field as you?
Oh, yes and no. You know, because she's a perfectionist as well, you know, and usually, and I didn't know that before, artists don't take criticism very lightly.
No.
Because they pour their everything. But as I grew and matured, I realized that your finished work is somebody's plain paper. That's when you start. It's a starting point because everybody has we are all artists. I keep saying this all the time. God cannot be anything else but an artist. If you look at everything that we are, it's just art. So when you're married to an artist or a graphic artist, a good one as such, they tend to critique your work. And so if you're not able to handle it well, you have some sort of...
Can you handle it?
Oh, yes. I mean, I quickly learned on the job that my best was somebody else's worst.
Draft, yeah.
Yes, draft again, yes. So it's always a starting point. So once you gather that information, it helps you grow, you know. So we went there to try and get a job for her. And I went there through Jesse Japan. He used to work at Tigo at the time, but then he was with Shatta House. So I did, he had a big brother called Charles Mensah. He had a newspaper called, I think, it was a financial newspaper. So I'd gone there to do the layout.
High Street Journal?
No. You know, I've forgotten. So I went there to do the layout for him, myself and my wife. Then I met Jesse, and Jesse said, "Oh, I did try." They said they look for some graphic artists for. I said, "Oh, why not we go figure?" So we got home. At the time, I'd not married. Well, we were not married, but we were going out. So I said, "Oh, let's go and try." Went to the interview, and we asked to bring some stuff back. I think she lost interest, so I took my stuff and I got the nod. You know, Philip Ayesu at the time. You know, we had multiple concepts, and we had Shatta House. So Shatta House was the events company, and multiple concepts was the graphics and the advertising, whatever. So we're doing all the stuff for Shatta House. So the Malaikas, the UT banks, the Ghana Music Awards, all that stuff. You know, yes, I was an art director there. Philip was our creative director. We had the guy, beautiful director. He was responsible for things we do for love. Yeah, he was a director at the time. He was one of our people, and the rest of the team.
Ivan?
Not Ivan.
Not Koshika?
No.
Sedo?
No, Eddie Sedo. Yes. Ivan had a little brother with us, Daniel.
DQ.
DQ,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So these were mates that we worked with, Glory, OT, fabulous people at the place. And our boss, His Excellency, yeah, still His Excellency, Yola Yuade. Yes. And the wife.
Teresa.
Amazing people.
Best time in Shatta House for you?
Again, you know, usually when you get there, right, there's whoever is the boss there in terms of your space. So I met two people. Glory was the graphic guy, and I met Ben. Ben was the set, guy. Glory was using a software called CorelDRAW, and he used Adobe Photoshop at the time, but he didn't use it the way I used it, and when I got there, usually when we're doing flyers, they will just do one face of the flyer. So at the back, it's always blank.
White, yeah.
Yes. I want to change that. I do the front and back, and they're like, so which one is the front and which one is the back? No. Yes. So quickly, again, I became some sort of a darling boy, and so the new guy, and I kept getting that everywhere I went because of my imaginative prowess, so I saw things differently all the time, so the highlight there, I'll say, the plaque that had the Ghana map, I created. It was my creation. Yeah, with that thing in there.
Yes, the choral of the musician, string instrument.
Exactly.
Music Awards plaque.
Yes, and I was responsible mainly for the artworks that came out around those times. Yes. Yeah.
Was it around that time that you started thinking about setting up your company, Bull House?
No, so Bull House has always been there, even before I went to Shatta House.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because then, I worked at Village Communications as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Taxi
driver.
You worked on that?
No, they had, I think they had not adult education, some school program. So what they did was they'll translate all the stuff onto a screen and do distance learning. So I think they were transmitting it on television. So we were doing the production. I was responsible for. So I met Abuaji George Kwe. That's where I met him. So when I left and went to Shatta House, he came to me and said, "Oh, Charlie, I'm trying to migrate as well." So I introduced him to Shatta House, and he picked up from there. So I think you asked a question.
But when Bull House Entertainment was
so when I was at Village Communications, Bull House was there, because then I keep calling myself a disappointed rapper. I was doing my hood rap and all that stuff, and
battles.
Yeah, and some sort of appearances in the hood. So my first artist that I worked with was 5-5.
Oh, okay.
So there were two gentlemen, Papi and Kili. Papi was somebody I had known from when he was 13, so, and I was teaching how to draw and write rhymes with him and everything. So he was with me until I stopped doing the music and went to school. When I got back from school, he was still doing it, so the mom was like, "Oh, why don't you guys try and, so back at Village Communications, I knew that, no, let me help bring them up. And the idea at the time was not to be a manager or whatever. It was just a friend I was trying to help out, and at the time it was just him I wanted to record, but he was a little bit not confident because he felt he couldn't sing at the time. We needed a singer, so he brought the other guy, and I started recording their demos.
Where did you record them?
There was a studio at
near Village Communication?
No, there's a place called at Zongo Junction.
Oh.
Yes.
Rutanabo?
Is it Rutanabo?
Rasta guy?
Yes, fair guy.
Yeah.
That's him, man.
Sami Nupese from Rutanabo.
Yes, that's him.
Yeah.
That's him.
That studio.
So I had a huge studio there at the time.
Yeah.
And I was working with Hubert's auntie. He's the best sound engineer anybody Ghana has ever produced. I was working with his junior brother. It's called Benny. So what we did was Benny would bring his computer home, we'd do our demos. Then we'll go and pay for the studio fees and go and do the proper work. So that's where we started our recording.
Okay. So 5-5 is the first act you recorded?
Yes. We had a feature with Samini. We did something with KK Fosu. We did something with Kafui Dey back then. But
how did you get your music onto radio? Because it goes beyond recording.
Exactly. Because I had some sort of experience in the media space already from my my runabouts at the Chronicle, Metro, and all those things. You met some of these people. So at the time, I had relationships with Bolare, Abeku Santana, these two. And there was a lady that I worked with at the Ghanaian Chronicle. She's called Vanessa. She was a page layout artist at the time. So she was working at Peace FM. So when I started out, I had to go to see Bolare and Abeku to play the songs. But to go to Peace, I needed to speak with Vanessa. Now at the time, I was ignorant about how radio worked. So I thought the guy who's speaking on radio is the one playing the music. I didn't know that. So Vanessa was the one telling me, oh, Charlie, there was this DJ there called Mufti Dabra, his blessed memory. He was in Adabraka as well. And I knew him, but I didn't know he was on radio playing. So Vanessa kept telling me, because I wanted Fifi Banson's slot. So don't give the money to Fifi, give it to Mufti. I said, oh, Charlie. I thought, I argued with him. I ended up giving the money to Fifi. He didn't play the song.
Of course. Mufti doesn't have the music.
Yes, he didn't play it. At the time, I was angry. I wanted to go and rough him up. And she was like, I told you, but I left that. So I think it was Abeku and Papa Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were at Adum. They really played the song, but I didn't get anywhere. The song was with Samini at the time. Bolare played it, I think, once or twice. And you had to phone Bolare to remind him to play there. Yeah, at the time, it was hectic.
Was it truly pay for playback? If you didn't give money, you wouldn't pay?
Yes, because we so good. I wasn't ready for that. My duty was to end at where I did the recording.
Yes.
Because at the time, Big Ben and the Okweku Mantis and everybody were in the space. They were the giants. So my hope was that if I recorded the album, I'll go to these people and hand it over.
They'll pick it up. Exactly.
But I kept going everywhere, and one of my biggest inspiration is Okweku Mante. He said, "Oh, your boys are whack. They don't get anywhere." And me, when you say no, that's when I,
spark up.
Exactly. No got me here. So I like when people say no. When they say yes, they slow me down. And I went to Ajikot at the time. It didn't sound very well. I went to Kudi's music,
Were they singing in Tree, Ga, what? Pidgin?
Yeah, we're doing Pidgin, Ga, and mix of English. They felt and that era was the book back.
Yes.
4x4.
Big people, man.
Yeah, exactly. For Ponsa, Rakia, those days. So we were they saw us as a woman, that kind of thing. So my wife was the one who said, yo, you can do this. If you've gotten this far, let us force and do it. So when we did our job with Charles Mensah, that's Jesse's senior brother, when I think at the time he paid us 500 CDs, so 5 million we called it that time. I think I had some 100 CDs from some place, or my wife gave it to me, added it up, and that day I just spent the 600. I gave 200 to Abeku, 200 to Bolare, and 200 to Fifi Banson. My money just went. Oh, and I don't see nothing.
They don't play nothing.
Oh, nothing. It be Abeku them's way, then they try playing for some time, but Charlie, the thing no go anywhere. So and at the time, people were following the sound, who was producing what sound. So it was more of a producer era.
Yeah.
And Aputus was on at the time. He was churning out all the hits. So we asked to go and see. And let me also give some props to Okweku Mante. When he said the boys were whack and they won't get anywhere, he also preferred a solution. He said, go and see Apia. That's how he called him. Go and see Apia. Maybe the sound might. Because I kept arguing, I'm like, the boys are good. He said, okay, you go and see Apia. And at the time, Apiatus had a senior brother. I don't know if he's still here or he's left us. Very fat guy. He was in the office. He used to work with Okrukumate. So we said, oh, I can. So I went there to try and do a remix of what we had with Samini. You know, but when we got there, PA2s delayed their production for almost like 6 or 7 months. Eventually he said, oh, he likes the song, he wants to put it on his compilation, and he'll give us 2 or 3 songs in replacement of that. I said, okay, so that's how our journey started with him, and we recorded new stuff with him. Fortunately for us, we got African Girls from that. Yeah, and it became huge.
Big one.
Big, very, that was our biggest break. You know,
I would like to hear your music on the radio.
It was magic. It was magic. I mean, because for me, we just wanted to say it is us playing. You know, one of my down moments during my graphic artist moment was I got a gig to do, you know, the Nkatie Boga that you see, the label. Yeah. Now at the time, I didn't understand the print processes proper. So I got the job all right. I did a fantastic job. And now they had to take their job to India to print. So they were supposed to do the labeling and do the billboards and everything. But the format in which I had my stuff, they couldn't work with. So I lost that job. The man paid me all right, but the job never saw the light of day, and I was heartbroken. Yeah. Because the whole idea is to say, that is my work. You know, so when we had African Girls years later, I'm like, no, this is what we want to do. It's not even about money. It's about the fact. It's for us, it's glory. Yeah, man. You know. So it was a different feeling. It charged you up. You wanted to do more. You know, we followed up with the video, and hey, the rest is history. I1 came right after 5-5 because then he had heard what we were doing with 5-5 at the time, and at the time that sound was unique. We were responsible for what you have today in the Ghana Music Award scheme as Afro pop category. Yeah, you know, because the sound was so big, you didn't know where to put it. So it was during our time that category came up, you know, and we won it beautifully. We were there with, I think, Becca and a few of I think Wutai and a few of them, you know, but we nailed it. So I1 had seen what we had done with 5-5, because when you hear African Girls is pure Afro pop. You know, it was just English and the vibe was going. He was doing more of a reggae dancehall. So I had an A&R called Rafiki.
Artist and repertoire.
Yes. He fished out the artists, because we had a lot of CDs at the time coming in and tapes. So he would go through all of them and say, okay, listen to these. So I was there one day and he came and said, hey, this guy is good. Try and listen to him. So I listened to him and I was stuck on. I said, bring him on. Let's have a meeting. Let's see where his head is at, you know. And it was good. He came. We realized he had multiple styles, and straight away I knew what would work, you know, and I knew what won't work, you know. So I geared him into that direction of soft vibe and all that. And then we recorded a beautiful album. At the time, we put out a few singles and people just started comparing I1 to Samini. And Samini is a legend. Yes. And even at the time, he was a bigger legend, right? So straight away, I realized that, look, if we don't beef it up, we'll be found wanting. So what are you going to, if you say people are comparing it to Samini, the reason why they're doing that is they're listening to the sound. But when it comes to performance, he'll beat you, because he knows the rudiments of live band and all that. So straight away, we had to enroll I1 through that process, get him up to speed, you know. So we groomed, and that's what we did, or we do at BullGod Entertainment. Yes, we don't just pick made artists, we pick them from the ground, groom them all up to the top. Yes.
Natural Face.
Natural Face came after I1. Natural Face is a cousin of mine. So he's been around 5-5 the whole time. We even recorded some songs with him and Castro of blessed memory. But he wasn't serious at the time. So when I1 came, we just had to pause his stuff and work on I1's album, you know. So by the time we finished I1's album, we realized, okay, now he's showing some sort of serious, because I1 had one of his big songs, I'm a shoe shine boy, but me girl love me. So Natural Face was on there, you know. So it encouraged the whole team to start recording his album as well. and he also did some good work.
stuff.
Yes, we won with 5-5. We won an award at the Ghana Music Awards. With I1, with this same, and with Natural Face, we won the biggest award on the night at the Foresight Music Video Awards, because the video we shot with him on the plane was, at the time there were no drones. You should watch the video today, and if we told you we had shot that video with the Jeep arm, you understand the level. Yes. You know, so we, you know, Foresight had a series at the time before the awards came in. When Ivan comes on, when Shirley comes on, everybody was talking about the video, and we knew that, oh, this thing will go. Yeah. So on the night, we picked it up, you know.
Did you have some people, I mean, sour grapes people who kind of say, okay, well, the Bulldog, he the Shatta House guy, so if people are winning,
definitely. I mean, yes, and Shatta House for me did a lot, because I was with them or working with them. You get to meet all these other industry people, you know, because then they'll need a favor from you. You also go and ask for one. So it was a huge contributory factor to my rise, or our rise at Bull House.
Rude Boy ranking?
Ranking, yes. Ranking also came, I think, later, right a little bit after Shatta, yes. So Rude Boy was discovered by my producer, Lincoln. And then my CEO at Kendrick, Yehowada, he had also spoken to him. So two people came to me with him.
Same person.
Yeah, we were with the same person, you know. So straight away we got together, and that's another unique. He passed on, and I felt very, very bad. I wept. I didn't even weep for my mom. I wept for him, because he had so much talent. But unfortunately, you know,
what happened with him?
He was a little bit into drugs, you know, hard drugs, you know, and that was his biggest thing, you know. Sometimes you're trying to get him off it, but hey, they go back onto the same thing. You don't live with these gentlemen, so there's so much or so little that you can do. You can only offer advice and try and get his people that, hey, Charlie, don't encourage that. But so he had a liver problem.
Oh, and then he passed.
Yes.
Another great Ghanaian musician who passed and affected a lot of people was Castro.
Yes.
Where were you when you heard that?
I think I was home. I was home with my wife at the time. I think, and we had the bad news from Ada, because we knew they were there holidaying himself and Asiamah Hanson and the team. And I had a very beautiful relationship with him, because I think my producer was just telling me, Lincoln was just telling me that the day he died, the night before we were in the studio recording with him, I didn't know it was that following, because I'm sure it was a Friday night and they left for Ada on a Saturday. Yeah, because at the time we had a young chap called Brainer, and we're trying to do some record like that. So he came to the studio to bless us with and I had known him way before. We'd done stuff with him with 5-5. So anytime I have a new artist, everybody that I had worked with before, I kept calling them to help. So Edem is one of the people that was with us. Tiny, you know. So anytime I had a new artist, I'll say, Charlie, I need a verse from you guys. So we were with him, I think, the night before he passed. Yes.
What has the industry lost with the exit of or the demise of Castro?
Yes, I think he was a complete artist. This is somebody who could dance, sing, raga, rap. He was multi faceted. I'll say, if I'm going to compare him to anybody or globally, I'll say he was more like an R. Kelly at the time, because he had it all. Yeah. He writes, he's quick at what he does, and once he's on your song, it is going to go far. He had a unique texture of voice, unique style of delivery. No, it is a big loss for us. Yes.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah, but they say he's not dead, so we shouldn't say he shouldn't rest.
That'd be the whole thing.
And so I keep asking, he get like maybe some mansion under the waterway, we don't know, you know, because nobody can live unless it's a fish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because there ain't no fish.
No, he's not. By now, I'm sure he's resting somewhere peacefully. Yeah.
Peacefully.
Yeah.
Yaya, formerly known as Beta. How did you get that connection?
So I met Yaya at the studios of Kewa. I'd gone to mix one of I1's work, and I saw her there. And at the time, Charterhouse was responsible for her work because she had just won Stars of the Future.
Yes.
And it was
a double act, right? She and somebody?
No,
it wasn't. She was a single.
Yes, the double acts were
Ifya and
Jane,
the other lady.
Yeah,
yes.
Jane and what's the other one?
Yeah, she's
I forgot. Irene and
Jane. Yes.
So I'd gone to get some stuff from there. She was just seated there, all lonely, and I'm like, "Where's your manager?" So my manager couldn't come, and Niaite at Charterhouse was responsible directly. So I said, "Wow." So I got back to work and told Niaite, "Oh, I know, say you'll be busy with all these things. I can do the work." So they handed her over to me, and that's how we started our journey.
Which song did you do with her?
Hey, I've forgotten the titles, but quite a few.
Did she do the one with Ochami Kwame before she met you? Faithful?
No. It was around that same time. Okay. Yes. You know, because I introduced her to Abraham Ohinija. Abraham was my go-to video guy. He helped me so much. Anytime I speak of Abraham, I have to, get up here because he engineered, or he's like a real engine. Anytime we had problems, because we were coming up at the time, there were a lot of difficulties we were facing, and he had the solutions at the time because he was more experienced. This is the guy who changed the face of video making in Ghana. So when we wanted to do our first video, we had to go to him. Said, "Oh, Apia is my guy. I'll get him to do it for you." So, the sound. Then it was Stip. Stip had solid multimedia. Stip was my junior back in Ghanata. So Stip introduced me to Abraham, who was his boss at the time. And the rest was history. Anytime we wanted anything, we just went to him.
That's it.
I said, "Oh, let's do it." It's not even about the money. It's about making sure we like what you're doing. And it was a big family. We, I think for every night, every industry person will be sited at the OM Studios.
Yeah.
Yes, because it was a huge place. So you had the likes of everybody, the Richies, the Asems, everybody came there, or Shami Kwame's, everybody. Because Abraham was all of us. He was our father. You don't have money, you go do the work for you. And so when you make something, let's see how it will help you with production of your CDs and all that. Because at the time, I think the big bands and the Despites were getting out of the game based on piracy and all that stuff. So it was Abraham that we had to fall on to help us with some of these things.
4X4?
4X4, I'd not worked with 4X4 before. The people that
you bump into them.
Oh yeah. I mean definitely we did some stuff with them. We had the African Girls remix, so we got coded Abortion at the time and Captain Planet, and since then we've become family. Kwakasi was on that record as well. It became big. I1, Kwakasi, 55, and 4X4 at the time. So since then we've been cool. Both individuals. My last artist that I worked with was Vanilla. We have a record with Captain Planet. Beautiful record. Actually, the record belongs to Captain Planet, but my producer, Genius Selection, played it when I was in the studio, and I'm like, whoa. He says, "Oh, this record belongs to Captain." I said, "No, I love it." So we'll speak to Captain. I called Captain. "Oh, don't talk. I beg, take him."
That's all.
Yes, so we are family. Tiny, the guys that I worked with that really changed my space or gave me some sort of a stamp was VIP. VIP had gone to the world, done all the things they had done, their channel, whatever, and sought after me. They saw the worth of what I was doing. Papi and Prodigal were cool friends, so I'm sure they were following what I was doing. And I was there one day, Prodigal called me and said, "Hey, if you're interested, come and let's do some work." And they took it to the next level.
Did they still have the dog at that time? They had a dog that they used to come on stage with.
Yeah. No, at the time when I joined them, there were just 3 at the time.
Yes.
So it was Promzi, Zeal, now formerly Lazy, and Prodigal. I think the 2 had broken away. Let me say the 3 with the dog. They had broken away at the time. Yes.
Would you say that working in Shatta Wale was one of the defining moments of your career?
Yes. So all this while I had industry recognition, respect, and all that. People really didn't know who was behind. The few people that knew, but it was more of an industry fraternity, but to be exposed to the fan base, it was Shatta who, because he had a following already, he really exposed me to his kind of crowd.
Did you meet him as Bandana?
No, he was transitioning to Shatta at the time. So I was home, had a call. I had, just like Rude Boy Ranking, I had multiple calls from multiple quarters about him. And I'd met him a couple of times. We meet at functions and he's like, oh, boss, I for come see you, but we never really got to work together. So the calls kept coming from all angles and everything. That there was a day, Mr. Logic, his former manager, said, oh, Charlie, Wale say we for come see you, make we do. So I think it was around the time we were doing Base Awards. Base Awards was just an award scheme for reggae and dancehall. We did, I think, 5 episodes. We couldn't continue because of financial restraints. So it was around that time he had issues with Logic. They had arrested Logic at Nima police station. And Logic was our go-to guy for international artists when it came to reggae and dancehall. So we wanted to bring Elephant Man at the time, and he was brokering the deal at the time, and we just woke up one day and they said, Charlie, the guy didn't Nima police station. We had to go. Said, oh, he be Wale catch him. We did what we can do, got him out, and that's how.
Wale put up for the what be the issue?
He say he chopping money. Why did they be police? Oh,
he said he manager inside.
Yeah.
He sent you inside before.
Oh nah. Okay, so I have spent time in his stead.
Like a proxy for him.
Yes.
They were looking for him and they put you inside.
So we were there together. There was an altercation with one of our guys back in Adabraka, and the guy went to the the regional headquarters and said myself and Wale had kidnapped him. It was a long thing, and they know the truth. They knew I wasn't part of this whole thing. But when we got there, it was looking some type of way. And at the time, we were coming up, the buzz was huge. So there was an arrangement that, oh, Charlie, if you don't enter way, they put them for inside, it will look some type of way. So I had to go and do the time. Oh, yeah, but I was for...
Where? Which one? Which of the cells?
Oh, the Central Police Station.
The Saki Force place?
Not there. That one, they like a good eye. At the time, I didn't have a lot of tough skin. So they had a makeshift kind of cell there.
Oh.
Yeah. So...
How did you feel about doing time for your man?
Oh, at the time, yes. I mean, I'll even die for him because he's the product. He's the cash cow. He was who we're looking at, leading the team. So for me, it was taking one for the team.
He can't visit you for inside there.
Oh, he was there because we were at the charge office, and they just put me for inside, lock the thing.
So he did the public side.
Yeah, he did. Yes, where they write his statement. So in father they go up, and now I call him father. I tell him, say, Massa, if you people no look sharp for him to leave, you see why they go come join me. Also look sharp.
And they look sharp.
They look sharp, and so me, I was released. I think later on, in the evening, cautioned, and we left. We left the place.
Just before I talk about your time with Shatta, who engineered his rebranding from Bandana to Shatta?
So I'll say they had started some sort of work before they came to us, because then they had recorded the song Dancehall King, and it was making some waves. And so at the time, he was calling himself Shatta already. But when they got to us, we took it to the next level because we shot the Dancehall King video. And that was the first time people really could now place a face to the name Shatta Wale. That, if you watch that video, you see that we projected his face. And at the time, the assignment was simple. He didn't have media because he had his own issues with the media back when he was Bandana. He spoiled the place, and we had to come and repair because we had some goodwill with the media based on the work we've done with 55I1, the Natural Face, the VIPs, and
all your relationships with all the media people.
Exactly. So we had to use what we had, the goodwill we had to bring him. There were people at the time who were questioning what we were doing. You sure say you go forward with that guy, Charlie? That guy, they say get mental problems more, because at the time, the rumor there was that Samini Dems had painted him in some sort of light that, oh, he get mental problem. And he has his temper, so people believed, they would just not believe what they heard, they would believe what you do. And he had a lot of run-ins with all these media people.
But you saw him at close quarters. I mean, what is Shatta like away from the cameras?
He's a sweet guy. He's a funny guy. On a normal day, if you're with Shatta for 24 hours, you'll be laughing for 23 of the time. He's a funny guy. He's just heavily opinionated. So he's not a good recipient of other school of thoughts. So once he's fixed his mind here, Charlie will forgo. So if an alternative outcome comes, then he's, I don't know if jittery is the word, or uncomfortable. But apart from that, he's...
What was your biggest clash with him?
My biggest clash? I mean, for me, it was recent. I mean, just recent. I would say 2 years back. Because when our fallout came the first time, I think in 2015, I didn't see. He said a lot of things about me. Went on radio, said I threatened to kill him. But another time, I had my issues with the police, Ghana police, on the Fennec issue, and he topped it up. Went to the police. They called me.
He reported you.
Yes.
So maybe you killed Fennec.
Okay, no. Before that, way before that, he had gone on radio with Sammy Flex, his current manager. Because we had some sort of issues in Germany. So when he came back,
what were the issues?
I was behind bars at the time doing my time for the Fennec issue at the Cantonment police station, and a gig came from Europe to go. So him and his dad were responsible for the negotiations, what money will be paid, what venues will be played, and all that. I was inside.
What was the role of his father, though? Because you were the manager, right?
Yeah, I was. So the father stepped in when my matter came in. The father was more like a big advisor where we go to if we had. Okay. But he wasn't in a daily business. He wasn't. I was handling everything. But then when my matter came, I think he stepped in to try and save face, because then Shatta's manager was mixed up with murder. So I think at the time he felt, it will look bad on the brand, so he stepped into, and I didn't have issues with it. Hey, I was behind bars, so what could I have done? And my matter went viral, it was huge. So, and that's like the highest crime on earth, or highest charge, right? At the time, to murder didn't have a bail. Yeah. So when I got out after a month, then I was briefed on the whole Europe tour. And
at that time they had gone?
No, they hadn't.
They hadn't gone yet.
Yeah. So I was briefed on what monies were paid, where we're going to play. So we're playing Dusseldorf, we're playing Hamburg, then we'll do Switzerland, Switzerland, I think. So the father obviously couldn't go because that's not his area of expertise. So I had to go. So I led the team myself. Our two road managers, that's Willie and Dipoti, and himself, Shatta. And they had their own issues at the time, because I remember vividly that Shatta didn't even want to go because he wasn't comfortable with the terms that were handed down. The people were supposed to fly him on business and all kind of. But so a week before the trip, he and the dad, they were not talking. So everybody was bouncing their calls off me. So the dad would call me, then I'll hang up, then Charles Jr., so this Charles Sr. and Charles Sr., they were just in my ears the whole time, And so there was some sort of tension before we even left Ghana. The flight that we sat in, Shatta had qualms. He was talking the whole time from Ghana to Portugal. We had sat in Portugal.
For the plane side?
He talked plenty because the plane safe, it be like the flight from Accra to Kumasi safe better pass that Portugal flight they got for us.
Did he shake or what?
Yes, it was uncomfortable. It was small, you know.
You not getting business.
No. Charlie.
The popular stand.
Hey. So my man just they talk. Was Charlie like cable, you know, like for fun. Hey.
And the other passengers, they.
Yeah, but you know, we had to keep it on a low. So it was agitated the whole time. We're supposed to get to
Portugal.
Yeah, Portugal and get to Germany, right? So we're supposed to get to Germany a week before the event. We ended up getting there a day before. We got there, we had hotel problems. The people had not, you know, they were not ready for us. So we were jumping, you know, it was hectic. So the thing escalated, you know. So the whole time there, we had some tension. Even feeding, usually it was nasty. Now we got there. Shatta said he had misplaced his money, 1,000 euros. He had it on him, and when we got there, you know, they see him money. That one too. Hey, you know, busy. Charlie. And when Shatta is tense, you needed the grace of God to be able to calm him. You know.
Did the grace of God appear?
It does. I mean, I've always been with God. You know, so He's always been with me as well. So I find my way. You know, because even before that, there are times when the dad could not even have a conversation with the son. I had to come in to try and patch some of these things, right? So
did the show come on?
It did come on. So the first show was cancelled because we had to come a week before to do promo. We didn't come. We didn't show up. So the first show was cancelled, obviously. Then we had some issues with the promoter, you know, and that we're supposed to postpone that particular one. Yeah. Then we had to go to Switzerland for the second one, then now return to Hamburg for the next one. Now, at a point, Shatta said we should call these promoters into a meeting because he realized everything is not going as planned. Even feeding, it takes a lot of days or time. There were times we were feeding on just water and chips. So we called these guys and they said, "Oh, Charlie, honestly, they ran out of cash." And
the promoters?
Yes, because the first show didn't happen.
Exactly, so they're going to make money.
Exactly. So we should just make do. We should, you know. So Shatta said, "Okay, cool. Now that they've laid down their cards, we'll see how we're going to work hand in hand and achieve the goal that we came here to achieve." So they came to us and said, "Oh, the Switzerland trip, we were 4 guys. Myself, Willie, Deporty, and Shatta." So they said, "Oh, the way the show is structured, we're going to go into Switzerland, I think on an afternoon, you know, rest a bit at the hotel. Then now, right after the show, because it was that same day, right after the show, we jump onto a plane and come back to Hamburg." So they will plead with us to go. 2 of us should go, myself and Shatta to go to Switzerland. Then
Deportee and the other guy
will go and wait for us at Hamburg. And then Shatta said no. The 4 of us had to go. And for me, it made sense because, hey, we're a block. But then they felt that, oh, but you see, if we get problems, we could share with you, you know. The Shatta said, "Oh, I can't compromise on that." So we all went to Switzerland. We got in the afternoon. We did a studio singing. Then went to the hotel. When we got to the hotel, the guys came to me and said, "Oh, Charlie, because we know they really sleep, we just got 2 rooms. 1 suite, you know, with everything, and 1, you know, standard." I said, "Oh, we can make do. Once we're not sleeping, we'll get Shatta to be in the suite, have his comfort. Me and the boys, we'll go feed do."
Crash for another room.
Yeah, man. Which, you know. So I go to Shatta and the team and tell them, "Oh, Charlie, the people, they say, oh, 2 rooms, you know." And I explained all the things. Shatta said, "Nah, boss, they forgive us 4 rooms." I said, "Oh, Charlie, but you say the people, when they get problems,
they go share with you."
Yes, and they are sharing their problems. Boss, no, forget 4. I said, "Oh, but we know the bed. Me and the boys, we go feed day." Say, "Boss, why? No, forget 4 rooms." So I go back to the people and say, "Hey, Charlie, my boss says
4 rooms.
4 rooms." So, "Oh, Charlie, but you people say, you know." Then
did you get the 4 rooms?
We got it. And you know, out there, you have to book your your rooms ahead of time, right? If you're booking on the spot, it's double or quadruple them. So the people chale. I say, Massa, if you don't do this in the show, you no go come on. So let's do it. They pushed, made a few phone calls, got some extra 2,000 or 3,000 euros and paid for the extra 2 rooms. So we're done and everything. Then I go down because the boys are outside. Shatta is puffing some cigarettes with the boys. This other guy also smokes. Deportee doesn't. Willie, he likes king size. Willie and Shatta, they just blow their king size. So I go, I say, Willie, get the bags, let's go. Then Shatta says, oh, boss, Baba, 1 minute. I go, say, Charlie, boss, me, I don't like the hotel. I say, oh.
After you got the 4 rooms?
Okay, me, yes. It will be me, yes. I say, no, so, no, boss, we know if you bed here. I say,
After you've paid?
Yes, I say, if we know if you bed here, then why we no reject from beginning? Then people go pay for the, so boss, Charlie, why, buddy? I say, oh, what you they talk no be reasonable. So I forfeit to get what you are saying. Because to go back to these guys, you go look some type of when we've had a discussion in Germany, if you self-call for that meeting. Say, Charlie, boss, we don't go bed here. Then where we were, you could see some skyline of like a downtown. Say, boss, we be that side for day, for see town. I hear village. I say, boss, he calls me boss. I also call him boss. I say, boss, me and you will not come to Switzerland before. So how you go know
where we they get to?
Hey, Charlie. Say, boss, Charlie. Then I go to these people again. And I felt very, very bad.
Of course.
Yeah, and I actually felt stupid, because I'm supposed to be in charge.
Yes. And they've paid.
Charlie, I go to these people and say, Charlie, I get a problem. But work with me. If you work with me, we're going to be cool. If you don't work with me, we won't be cool.
Good foundation, man.
Yes. And I broke protocol. I'll say, for the first time, you're as an artist manager, you're supposed to be with your artist all the time, whether it's wrong or right. So you can be fighting the wrong battle out there. But when you come indoors, then you say, yeah. But for the first time, I had to break protocols. I say, hey, we don't know Switzerland, though. You people will be like, Switzerland. So what we're going to do is, we'll say we don't like the hotel. Get us into a car, go and find a hotel. Whether you get the hotel, you don't get the hotel. Let's just leave here and drive. That would be your solution. And they didn't have money to go and get a new hotel. So I knew that what I was asking them to do, they didn't understand it. I said, let's just drive. So everybody got into the car with our bags. We started driving. We didn't know where we wanted to go. We drove like two hours. And we go park for some. And it was cold, like freaking cold. So at some point, Shatta was so tired he was sleeping in the car. I had gotten out of the house. And I waited when he was deep in the sleep. I say, Charlie, boss, the people back here, they know they get. Boss, what? Charlie, let's go and sleep.
Back to the place.
You go bed. Wow, because Charlie, be a cry where you go talk someplace. So I'm sure if you watch this thing, he goes, hey, boss, you fool. So it be so you do me. But hey, I had to save
the face.
I had to save the situation.
That's it.
Yeah, so we got back, slept, freshened up and went for the show. Then boom, came back to Hamburg. So you see, all these things I'm telling you should let you see the mood in the camp.
Yeah, man.
So Shatta was very, very angry. He said, when we got to Hamburg, he said, once we see these people, if they no bring all the money, the Hamburg show will not go play them. And he meant all the money because I think at the time, they had paid the dad one of the gigs. It was 3 gigs and all. They had paid one and he slept with the 2. So they paid for Switzerland as well, And now he's asking that the show that we didn't play before, they for pay him.
The one where you don't play?
Yes, the one we don't play, we come with women's no. He said they for add the money or. And the guys were looking at another date. He said he no care, they for pay the money. if we do whatever they want to do, but if they don't pay their money, you know, go play
The third show.
yes, yes.
The Hamburg show.
Yeah, Hamburg show.
They pay.
Eventually. But we had the whole nasty situation, and that's what made us fell out.
I think Shatta they negotiate like Trump.
Maybe you can say that. Because when I got the instruction that, hey, I don't want to go to the show, these people have to pay the money before we go. I got the memo.
Yeah.
So they came and said, oh, Charlie, they gathered the money for the particular show on the night. I said, no, we're taking the extra one as well. Yes, that's the deal with Nobi. So
They're not playing.
yeah, so they kept going back and forth. At some point, they had to call his dad. And the dad was like, oh, mini, I know, it's a new fini, Gino, I trust you, can even Daddy. Ofe negotiation. Ni minke obile obi. E can only to no face no afi. No, ofa ne can no go be trial and he couldn't call him. Because if he call him, the fire he go receive.
Charles to Charles.
Oh, ya kemla so say, hey, do make sure, Femono no afi. You know the dad, and I said okay. But I stood on my ground, made sure that people would pay the money. But before they were going to pay the money, they kept going back and forth. So I had to include one of our guys, Deporty, into the conversation. So Deporty said, oh, okay, now he understood or is understanding where these guys are coming from. So we will try and make a case for them in front of Shatta. So he left the hotel room where we were doing the negotiations and went to Shatta's place to call him. So Shatta comes into the meeting. He's like, no, Charlie. No, there be money you want and things, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, killers. This be what I tell you from beginning. So the artists who have come to. So I beg, let's try and organize the money. So I don't know if Deporty felt when Shatta was coming, he would come and say, okay, cool, we'll go. But you know, he kept to his word. So the guys left. Yeah. When the guys left, I think Deporty and Shatta left also. They were going out. So in the hallway, I heard him screaming at Deporty, you know, and was saying like, like I go slap somebody, you know. And I was in the hotel, like the room. Then I think they turned back and came to the hotel. So Shatta got there, no, it was on top of it. Charlie Bossu there. I said, hey, relax. What be the shouting? We have a problem. But the problem is not between me and you. It be us against them. So tone down. So no boss Charlie. And then this guy say, yo, Pablo more. Oh no, yeah, you know, why she not motor like you go slap who? You feel say like somebody crazy or somebody don't know what they do, you know, that kind of thing. So I got very angry. And I'm slow to anger because when I'm angry, I don't stop. I can't stop. I won't stop because I go through all the phases of thoughts, thinking, whatever, before I get angry. I try and salvage, speak to myself, you know. So I realized that if I didn't hold me, I'll, you know, so argument back and forth, boss. I left the room, went to, because I was in Deporty's room, I went to the other room. And you know, we were loud. So at some point, the lobby had all these other people who wanted to come with us with the show. You know, it was some sort of an embarrassment for all of us. So I went to my room and lied down. I wanted to sleep because the agreement was we were not going to go to the show until the money came. So I did there. No, Deporty comes. So, Bossu, Shatta say in pen drive, you have a pen drive, and that all the songs from the last show was on there. So I should give it to him, Deporty, to bring it. They are going to the show. I said, I know they understand. Did they go which show? The show where they can't fight about right now, say we no go. They decide say they go after the fight. No pen drive there me. I mean I no go any show. And I can't recollect if I had the pen drive or I didn't have it. So Deporty was appealing to bring us Charlie. Why the songs there on the laptop? So if I just go play or find a new pen drive, because I can't, you know, I can't be bothered because me and we have some argument. Right? I know get time. So Deporty goes to him and relays the message. Then Shatta comes. Majibo, he go beat me. So they do, you know, and I can be very violent if I want to be, and I don't shy away from physical contacts because that's how I grew up. But again, how would it look? You and your artist you go beat them. It not gonna look good. At the time, I had my whole Fennec thing still hanging around my head, you know. So all these things are running through your head, right? So I was just calm, looking. I did the whole lamb. You won't do some things.
You were close to hitting him?
Oh no, he did the whole lamb.
Okay.
I mean, nobody hold me because I don't move. I did my room. He did the whole, be like, you won't beat me. You know, so naturally, I said, you won't beat me. So I go slide. So make it come. Because I'm in my room, make it come. Held him and they left. Truly that night, I didn't go to the show. I slept because there was no point because the tension was too much. So I slept. They went to the show. Beautiful event. I saw the pictures. I posted. So for the next 5 days, you know, we had our own issues.
But was the money paid?
Not
before the show.
Not before the show. They only eventually paid the Hamburg one, but the arrears was still hanging at the time.
The show that you guys missed.
Yes. So now tension is in the camp, and he found a way of dealing with the dad again. But before we left for Europe, we knew we had a show in Gabon that we needed to come to
Africa.
Yes, and then go back to Italy for another show.
Right.
So yeah, we were very busy at the time. Now that event, this gentleman who was the one who brought it, I think he died quite recently, Omar, the French guy, yeah. So in the contract, myself and Shatta is supposed to fly business. The other two, normal or economy or standard, whatever. So when Shatta was dealing with the dad because of the tension that was happening, they forwarded the tickets to the dad. He forwarded them to Shatta. So we had done the Hamburg. Now we have to come to Gabon. The tickets are in. So we get to the airport and we realize all the tickets were regular.
No business.
No business.
Problem in the camp.
Yes. So, and Shatta, I know if he come to me with that again because tension day, and I didn't send him the
tickets. So it no be your problem.
Yeah. So make it deal with the dad. Then I think he attempted to pay
extra.
Yeah, top up. Yes, you know, but he realized, you know, the cost it was
crazy.
Yes, 2,500. So then all of a sudden, you know, boys, we start cool off small. Says, okay, when we reach here, make sure say they will pay. I said, oh, no problem, we'll go work on them. So I had forgotten at the time I had a business seat myself, you know. So we in the flight, I told him, the business will be me and you. So if they pay your top up, they for pay my top up too. You know what I'm saying? We agreed on it, laughed, went to Gabon, beautiful show, killed the stadium, spent 1 week there, you know, we got back. Now when we're leaving, the Gabonese didn't have all our money. Again, just like what happened, you know. But we took it cool. They gave us some money and we left. Went to Italy.
Back to Europe.
Yes, Europe. Now these other guys, Willie and Deporty, could not come with us because their visa had expired. So they stayed on in Gabon to take our monies and now bring it back home. So me and him are now on the road, do Italy and come back to Hamburg. So during that time, I spoke with one of the guys and said, oh, I'm supposed to collect from 2,500 from my
business class.
Yeah.
Upgrade.
You know, so just in case they give you the money, I go speak to Shatta or talk to Deporty, J my own, give to wifey, you know, because I had bills at home. So I did that. Then we come back to Hamburg. Then Willie calls me and says, oh, they pay the money. By the way, Deporty they do, I for speak to Shatta, so say, you know. So now I go to Shatta and say, Charlie, like they pay the money, so what's up? Make they give my money to, they say, what money? I say, oh, my 2G5, you know. And the relationship I have with Shatta is not even about money. Because when they came to me, we didn't even talk about money, percentages, nothing. I just was willing to help. So we didn't have money issues. So that was the first time we're actually even going back and forth on money. I said, I know they ask you money for sure, because me and you, whatever you like, they give me, and I don't get problem. I'm cool with it. It's not about money. But this money, I need them, because even my butt wasted, be your butt. Oh, no, Charlie, so it was like a whole argument. And the thing that they talked to you about, it be text message. It wasn't like, so I have all the screenshots, just for maybe a day like this. You never know. Fast forward, we couldn't agree on whatever. Then they left. I was at a hotel with them, with other guys. We met some other guys. They left the hotel. They left me there. And in the morning, it's just me, and I think the bills had not been taken care of. Some long thing. So I had to, run. Find my way.
With the bills unpaid?
Yes.
You run from the hotel?
Oh, Charlie, I'll go. It be long thing. He's still in the business, so there are a lot of details I can't put out. We'll look some type of way.
Yeah.
So later I met them somewhere. There's a place called Hauptbahnhof. Every German, or if you visited Germany before, Hauptbahnhof is like their biggest train station. Yeah, so it's called the Hauptbahnhof. So I met them there. Some long conversation. Then one of our guys called Salty, he's still around Shatta now, called and said, oh, the deportees in Shatta call them, they say, will they fight for there over, what be this? So I started narrating my side of the story. I was with one of the guys, and I had him record the conversation because I wanted to share the conversation with my wife, So he recorded the conversation and was supposed to send it to me. Then he sent the conversation to
Shatta Wale.
Shatta. So that also escalated. And in the conversation, I have the conversation, I have the recording. In the conversation, all I was saying was, because the guy was telling me a whole lot about Shatta and his character and when we're going to start, what he was telling me. And I was just nodding to the whole, if I played the conversation, I didn't say anything, So Shatta hears the conversation and he's like, why? And I'm like, the guy said, wait, they talk whatever they talk for there. Bore me. Why you they bore me? So, that one too became another thing. And I found my way to some lady's house. God is with me. It was on a Sunday. That Sunday, the lady in question had messaged me. I didn't know anybody in Germany at the time. She messaged me and said, oh, Jennifer from Germany. I said, I don't know anybody from Germany. Then she shared a picture I took with her. Now, the picture had emanated from a visit we made to her place when we were leaving for Hamburg that night. We just passed there briefly, and so we took pictures. And so Sunday morning, that's when the picture came. By Sunday evening, I'm at hers seeking refuge because then tension came the camp and the boys did some place and it was cold. Found my way to the house, then I pleaded with her. When I went there, she wasn't there, so it was a friend who opened. And she was like, what are you doing around here at the time? I said, oh, the boys, they go shoot video. And I came in later. I had to share some stuff.
Same face.
So she came later on. I stayed there overnight. She was hospitable. She food and all that. Then later on, Shatta them scam. And some boys, they say, oh, I did chop the girl. I said, oh, how? I did chop with girls? Because the guys that we met there, one of them, girlfriend be that, So when the girl got back from work, she said, oh, in boyfriend they call him and the other guys. But why? I said, oh, I don't know. If I make you pick the call, then we will know exactly what it is. So she's having issues. I don't know, some personal stuff. So we're there in the evening, these guys scaled one of the places, and came to put a light in the window. And they started, hey, Charlie, boo, you like you there,
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah, oh, Charlie. And meanwhile, we were seated on a couch. This is me. The girl has a son. She was in the middle. He was in the middle and there. So we watch some big ass screen TV. We watch. And these guys came to do that. So I did it, and one of the guys comes, oh, Charlie, try. I said, what I do? So the boys come, they get video of you, they chop. I say, send me the video. I'm waiting. Maybe after this podcast, they will send the video. So the girl was angry because they came. says he was going to call the police.
Of course.
I said, oh no. The guy that you're saying he came to do that, he's always around Shatta. So I don't make you call police to say down Shatta will get into trouble, you know what I'm saying? So I think a few minutes later, we heard a bang at the door. Police, you know. And I'm like, yes. I'm like, oh, why you call? I say, oh, she didn't call the police. So the police opened the door and they're like, they say somebody thief laptop. We enter the room. And I said, who? The guy was with the police. Hey, it be me. I said, oh, the guy where they point at me, I don't know him. And truly, I didn't know him until I met him at in Germany. So I said, I showed the police myself and Shatta's picture. I said, oh, this is the one I know. And his laptop is with me, you know, because I'm in charge of his graphics and everything, all his labels. So, you know, and I have not stolen it. So if he wants his laptop, we could, you know, but the laptop is actually not here. Now, before we opened the door, the girl had me hid the laptop because he said, based on the report, if they find the laptop there, then it could be problem for all of us. So I hid the laptop. They came in, searched the place, looked at my passport, whether my visa, you know, all that kind of thing. Checked whether the girl has papers, you know, she showed her card, all that stuff. It was quite scary because if the paperwork wasn't good, then it means we're on the next flight.
Straight up.
Now, after doing that, I said I didn't know it, so they had to go and call Shatta. So Shatta came in now and speaking Ghana with me. And like, oh, Charlie Boss, you know, so the police, they didn't understand. They also heard, they thought we were speaking. We heard German like Ghana, they heard Ghana like German. Or, you know, they didn't understand. So like, what's happening? And then he told the police that, oh, I'm admitting to the fact that I have the laptop with me and that I don't give it to him. You know? Then, because the guy who had called me, like, who was saying that, oh, I was sleeping with a girl, said, oh, they make ready for me. When I come out of the place, they go beat me, you know. So there was no way I'm going out. Then they can't beat me for the place there. So I told Shatta and Ghana, oh, no need to on your face. So can you buy any jam more be I feel better.
They beat me for here.
Yeah. The next thing, this other guy is calling. He brings the phone to me. Your wife is on the line. Talk to, you know.
He called Ghana.
Yes. And I didn't even, I'm like, who are you? You know my wife from where? You know. Apparently, they had called my wife. So now Shatta picks the phone. Then he's, Mommy. You know, that's how he calls my wife. Oh. But now let be a J ring. Can you go to me? Can you be?
Come on your ring.
Yeah, come on. Right. You can catch me with woman and things. You know, and you know, any woman that gets that information, if you understand.
Ballistic.
So that whole whatever went on for like, I'll say 20, 25 minutes with the police and everything. So the police gave me a note. They showed me the, if it was America, I'll say precinct to go and drop so the station to come and drop there. Because I told them, yeah, I have the laptop, but it's not here, it's somewhere else. So they gave me a card. I have the card of the policeman. When I dropped off the laptop, I stole a picture. I have a note where they said I had come to drop. You know, so that tomorrow when I'm saying all these things, it's not like me timua can be.
You enter German cell?
No. I nearly did, you know, but I would have been international. Maybe someday. You know? So
hey, this is a big drama. Oh.
Yeah, big, bro, big.
You know, end for that?
So, but now I had to go and leave the laptop, not on that same day because they had left. Days later, I sent the laptop there. So I tried to collect everything there on the laptop and took out the password and everything, left it there. Then we were supposed to come to America to do something. But at the time, because of the tension, we got our American guys to do separate flights for us. So our guy, representative there is Hashim Boogie Down Nima. He got my flight separately, he got Shatta's flight separately. So we flew on different days.
From Europe to America?
Yes, straight. So I was at Bronx for a month. And the whole time I was pissed, angry, And the anger, I had only two things in my head, that when I get back home, there are two things I'm supposed to be doing. I'm divorcing my wife and breaking the marriage with Shatta. I won't work with him again. And the whole wife thing was, when the whole thing finished, I had gone back to my phone. I realized that my wife had called me a few times, and because I wasn't by the phone at the time, I couldn't pick. So I came calling her. She never picked up. Then she started sending text messages to the lady that I was seeking refuge, threatening her and all that. And the lady had to call the mom. The mom was like, now yeah, boy, wife, that kind of thing. Because it depends on the story they told her.
So you decided, so you were deciding that you're going to divorce your wife?
Yes.
And break the Shatta connection.
And because I expected my wife to be on my side, but then again, that was a rash decision and a stupid one, because you have two kids with a woman, and you've known yourselves, So you get home, have a discussion, and know the way forward, right? But I was certain on the fact that I won't work with Shatta again, because this whole thing didn't make sense to me. I mean, stealing your laptop, some way, and it's not even in Ghana where I go. So I know some big man or some police where I go call, but this is out there, I got back, I think a week. I think he got back before me, because I did a month in Bronx with my guy, Baba. Baba, God bless you. That time was very trying for me. Also, God bless Hashim, Boogie Down in my he made Baba put me in, or put me on. I got back home and I got a call from one of his team members that, boss, why you do so? I say, what I do? Say, you leave your wife in naked picture for your laptop top. So your man they show me for you. I'm like, how? You sure? So boss, I not gonna lie you. And I was taken aback. Now, because yes, I had pictures of my wife, nakedness. I remember it was on a laptop, but then again, I remember I deleted everything on the laptop before I took it to the police station, right? So I don't know, maybe in the rush, I left. Usually there's a drive C that you can put folders and stuff on, so maybe I'd forgot. And for me, it was a tale. I didn't believe it because, So I spoke to my wife about it. I said, this is the information I'm getting. So let's just prepare ourselves just in case it goes viral. You are beautiful too, so it'll not be anything, but it'll be bad.
Yeah.
We didn't catch wind of anything publicly. But I think on one of the days, I had to go to the police station to report that matter, because then the laptop was with him. So I think when I got there, they asked him to bring the laptop or something. Then I think he brought the laptop. We opened it up. There's nothing in there. But then what made me believe what his guy said was when he came there himself, he showed my wife's naked picture to the inspector on his phone. So even, I don't know. I don't know what led to that, And that day I was going to lose my cool. I told them if they don't get him to delete it, then me I go day jail, he go day mortuary. Because I didn't know how all these things, even why should my wife to come into this matter at all? My wife is innocent in some of these things. All the things that we are going through, maybe we want to think we do. So why would we get there, But hey, that happened. They ordered them to delete whatever. We looked on the laptop to make sure those things, nothing. I think at the time he had formatted it, and we left. Fast forward, I didn't say anything. He kept on saying what he wanted to say. For a very long time, I wasn't minding him. At some point, my wife had to go on radio to even talk about the situation because he kept on saying some stuff. And all that time, what I was going through, I don't know how I survived it, because I had tension at home and I had tension with the crowd, or the SM people. Your wife is like, go and speak, you need to tell your side of the story, and for me, I think the only thing that kept me silent was I didn't know what to say. There was too much going on at the time, one. Two, this is somebody I love, Shatta, so why would we be fighting? I knew this day will come. This day will be quiet. It will be calm. The dust will settle, and you never know where you're going to meet him. All that stuff where, So I had a bit of tension at home. Even some of his SM people who knew the relationship and the hustle, what we had done, like the work we put in for him to go, kept saying, why are you quiet? At least speak, I was battling the Fennec accusations. So Charlie, where my mind is, and if I didn't handle it well, I would have, and most of the things he said at the time was to, what would I say, draw me out,
And go you make it talk.
Yes. And if I had spoken at that time, maybe I won't be here today, because I would have said stuff. It would have been threatening, it would have been, and he had gone already to say I had threatened to kill him because of the issue. Then the interviews are there for everyone to go and look. He and Sammy Flex at the time. I felt a little bit funny, small, on the path of Sammy Flex, because I had gone there to tell Sammy Flex the issue, not on radio but privately, because then I think he called and said Shatta wanted to come on the show, and I'm like, at the time Shatta was very huge. Today maybe when at the time when Shatta was on 10, Bull will be 0.5 or 0.2. It's not like today when Shatta is 10, you can say, Bull is around 6 or 7, because I wasn't really out there like that. So I'm like, why would he want to come on radio? He had the services of Facebook to do whatever I wanted to do. So what is it? And the platform on which he went, I helped build that platform, Sammy Flex's show. I was a regular pundit, we made it happen. So, but I allowed Sammy to bring him on, because Sammy called and said, that's going to make it come. I think my expectation at the time was Sammy knew my side of the story, so I expected him to guide
and go balance him.
Yes, but he wasn't able to do that. And with hindsight, I understand. Shatta is somewhat domineering. If you're not strong and you are having an interview with Shatta, he will say all the stuff and you can't even question him. So I understood, with time I understood what happened. But at the time I was quite bitter, because there was a lot happening at the time for me, Fast forward, I didn't say anything until quite recent, where I think we had a discussion on Andy Dusty's show, and that will come and answer your question, what was our biggest clash, because that led us to all this story. There was a discussion, I think there were some dates of releases for Kafui Dey, Shatta himself and Black Sheriff. So we're having a discussion. I said, Black Sheriff's album will do better than Kafui Dey and Shatta's own, because he had some sort of machinery behind him, the Empire thing, and they will make sure it goes, and not to belittle Kafui Dey and Shatta's work. They don't have that, so people should not go and be saying, Black Sheriff said, I said all that, but some of these things when we speak, I'm sure when you guys are cutting your promo, yes, you're going to cut the clickbait. So let's just say, I say Shatta is a fool, I'm sure you're going to cut that, and then boom, that's what he will see, and boss, then boom, that's, and I understand that I'm in the space, so I understand all that, so the cut that he heard or saw was, Black Sheriff, you won't go be pass.
Without a context.
Yes, then boom, he goes on Twitter and so they should ban us. He made a list, myself, Mr. Logic, Andy, Kwame Dazi and all that. So I responded. And my response is on Facebook. Me, I am a good tease. I go tease you, go feel me. And I know his weakness, because I know him. And I know where if I touch for him, no, he go. So I wrote a love letter for him. I'm good at writing love letters. And I said, insulting us or asking for us to be banned will not progress your work. What people need, or what we, and I'm an SM fan, what we need from you is the album. I check.
Who for ban you?
Thank you. It didn't even make sense. Exactly. So I think he was calling the president of Ghana. I'm like, what right has that? We're going to do on radio. So I said, listen, the album be what we did here. We want to come. You have beautiful works. So I listed, I made a track list of his album. Now, I think that also got him, and I knew to get him, so it got him talking and saying all sorts of things. Now, in his tantrums he was throwing, or rants that he said, I had insinuated that I killed Fennec and we will see Ghana police, he called on Kwakesi. So then again, Ghana police came for me, like, okay, come to the office. And, I was very angry. I went with my lawyer at the time. I told them my piece because, my matter is still on ice. They are calling it a cold case.
The Fennec case?
Yes. Because I didn't get an acquittal.
You did not?
I did not.
So what is the status of that case?
Okay, so I got a discharge. And let me try and explain for our viewers. Mm-hmm. A discharge is that you did not go to trial. You didn't go to trial because the prosecutors didn't have enough evidence to take you to trial. Mm-hmm. So they cannot hold you all the time. At some point they have to discharge you. So I went to court for 4 years and I got a discharge. Now, if we had gone through the trial, I would have gotten an acquittal. If I got an acquittal, that's when I could have sued the Ghana government, police, whatever, wrongful arrest, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But they're saying, and I'm trying to look into it still, they're saying I cannot do that because we didn't even go to trial. And I'm like, I suffered. Yeah. Yes, I was accused wrongly so it's not my duty to come and give you evidence. It's your work to find the evidence and prosecute me. You did all whatever you did. I went through my time, a month, went for 4 years. You did so.
Does it mean they can activate the case again?
Anytime. So any of you now can go to the Ghana police and say, the last time he came the podcast, then we hear say they talk, say no, boom, police will call me. You see, Kafui, I don't understand. And maybe you meet all these, I follow your podcast, you meet all these big people. I need a question. Next time when you're speaking to the people who understand the law, ask them that what sense is there? It's just like, right, if I go to Nima police station, I say, Kafui has duped me. The next thing you be in handcuffs and they'll put you behind bars. I don't understand that. Just by my word. I don't know what.
So you would have preferred for the case to go to court?
Yes. So they come and prove their case because it was all circumstantial. They were just throwing things about. I went through a lot that time.
What was your lowest moment then?
My mom, my mom came to visit me someday, and when she was leaving, she came back to say she was leaving and that if I could get her transport to go home. And this is me inside the cells. Yeah. I nearly teared up. That moment, and Shatta, these two, Shatta came to visit me. When he got there, he was just in tears. He broke down, crying the whole time. And I almost teared up. So these 2 days,
But who accused you of the killing of Fennec?
Kwakesi. Let me just put it out there, because he was the complainant in the matter. I didn't know this until when I was writing my statement. And I had some argument with Fennec on radio, and the tapes are there for everybody to go and find out. So I was wondering why the police would do that kind of a job, a shallow job at the time, because everything I said it wasn't like I said it, and they said I texted him and threatened, all that stuff. They took my phones, sought police, court order to open the phone and all that. Then they found nothing. Now, God, in God's creation, everything that He's created, I am the favorite. He loves me more than everybody. I have been through times where I didn't think I'll make it, So, I don't know if you've heard the 7 wonders of the world, right? Mm-hmm. Where if you Google right now, they will show you monuments. Yeah. I'm the 8th wonder. And I say that to the glory of God, because if you bring, that thing that
the Sphinx.
What's it called?
Sphinx, yeah, short for Sphinx. The BP machine.
Yes, my numbers are off the roof. 344, 93,000. That be where I did now. But I've never suffered a stroke or nothing. I've been fine. If you put it right now, they will say they should rush me to the hospital, but I'm fine. So I consider myself as the 8th wonder. And I go on to now say to you that when Fennec was murdered, right, there was a situation going on around the time with Carlos Sechi. We were trying to remove him from office because they thought it was mismanaging the place. So Obo had called a few of us. We met at, I think it's in Noga Hill at the time, or the one at the Jolu
Fiesta
Royal, yes. So there was like a breakfast of industry people to sign a petition, Now at that meeting, and I'm saying this publicly for the first time because, or maybe I said it somewhere, but I recollect that at that meeting, Hammer of the last 2, yes, had shown me the dead body of Fennec lying with belly down, prostrate on a pool of blood. I don't know if it were 2 or 3 or 5 pictures or something. So I had asked him to share the pictures with me. I wanted to show my wife because Fennec is a friend of mine. Fennec eats at my home. When I was doing my first video for my first artist, 5-5, Fennec was my, I don't know if I'm props guy or recce guy. So you're going to look up for
locations, I think.
Good. So this is a guy who, I actually introduced him into this whole artist management. He was in the entertainment fraternity because he was this ace actor, Dada Boat. Mm-hmm. That's his little boy. And that's how I met him. But I introduced him into this whole artist. So I was trying to get the pictures and show my wife because I kept telling him, oh, guy, baby or honey, and fortunately or unfortunately for me, Hammer didn't send the pictures. And then I think a month or something down the line, I was picked up. My phones were seized. So imagine I had those pictures. We will not be seated here. Mm-hmm. By now, I'll be a figment of everybody's imagination. Nobody will even know me. There was a time I called Hammer and I'm like, what if that scenario had played out? And I had said, you gave me the pictures. What would you have said? He said, I would have admitted. Recently, I think I spoke to him again. I told him I would mention this publicly. He said, Kwakasi sent him the pictures. The one I was asking for, but hey, I didn't get it. And God knew why. Because they just had to pin the murder on somebody. And unfortunately for me, I was the one they saw at the time. And there was some political undertones around the time because the former communications minister, Esla, she was in the mix, making sure, I don't know what it was at the time, but it was very scary at the time, you know. But hey, I'm here. God pulled me through, you know, this whole time. So for Shatta to come back years later to come and say, oh, this is what I said, and you know, my relationship with Shatta, so people might just believe what he was saying, and I got very angry at the police. And I'm like, hey, the person who said the thing, he needs to come and prove, you know. But hey, you know, Ghana and how things go, they played it lightly, and you know, but the matter is still on ice.
So you've been discharged?
I have been.
But it can be activated anytime?
Yes, that's what they call a cold case. So I am the prime suspect of the matter, and my name is there because up until whatever, I think Obuo was the first to have visited the place, you know. He went with a lawyer. I didn't go with a lawyer. I was ignorant at the time. I'm like, if you no go, so, you know, but now I learn. If a 2-year-old slaps me, we go to the police station with our lawyers. You know, so it was some trying time for me, you know.
What have you lost from this whole...
I think I have gained. Before, if you had asked me this question 2, 3, maybe 5 years ago, I would say I lost a lot, and I did, because you had businesses that
they stopped working with you.
Yes, you know, relationships that cut off, people that maybe did stuff for you out of fear, you know, all that stuff, you know. So that time, yes, I was running on that mindset of a loss, but no, I gained. That experience has brought me this far. That experience is what is making me do what I'm doing with the Ghana police now, you know.
What surprised you about that whole period? Any surprises, like people just behave differently when they feel that you may have killed somebody?
Yes, I mean, I can't mention names because they will look bad. But some industry people had. So you had some industry people who came to make sure, yes, he was there, like Yachino, you know, to now go and, you know,
tell everybody.
Yes, yeah, you know. But I had some beautiful support as well. That you know.
Those ones you can name.
Yeah. Somebody like Duke of Boomerang. You know, as an industry person, was there every day. Everybody else came, all the artists I was working with, Natural Face, I mean, 5-5 at the time, they didn't come there, you know, for whatever reasons, they didn't come. But everybody from Boo House, my wife there, you know, that's where she slept. But VIP, everybody else, Shatta there, he wanted to come there every day. And, you know, coming there every day meant bringing a crowd.
Yes.
And my matter was loud, like it was everywhere. And so the only time he came, he just crying. And everybody in the cell were like, Patrol Shatta Wale no, because
they don't sync it with him.
No, you know, it's never broken down like that because, you know, we share like a bond, right? You know, but everybody, Step of Solid Multimedia, Ignis, these were my pillars, and my wife at the time, you know, they were doing all the rounds. They were making sure I was being kept well, you know, fed well, in high spirits, got the right counsel, you know.
Who was your lawyer?
I had two. So there was originally before I went in, Solo. I've forgotten his last name, but he's a policeman now. Mm-hmm. At the time, I didn't know he had joined the police, but he did my contracts for 5-5 and all that. So I used he was my legal brain at the time. So when I had the matter, I called him and he said, "Oh, he's working with the police now, so he can't."
Of course.
So he had to recommend somebody. So when I finished writing my statement and they took me and go and lock me up, I was there midnight where Jerry Avenogbo came. I had not met him at the time.
Gordon Avenogbo's son, exactly. The late Gordon Avenogbo.
Yes, legend right there. You know, so I was there and said, "Oh, somebody, they find your lawyer." So he came, introduced himself and said, "Oh, he got a call that I had this situation, so he's here to see what help he could offer." So he said, "Okay, he'll get back to me in the morning," because he came there very late. He'll do his rounds and come back and da. So he came back in the morning, and what he even told me was more scary. And I think at the time, if I had any slight, even if I had 0.5% involvement in what happened to Fennec, I would have just confessed that, okay, yeah, then we did plan something. Because what he said was, at the time, was the police had a witness and they had done their stuff. So I for tell them the truth, I can't be lying to my lawyer. And I'm like,
bro.
Yeah, man, what are you saying? I have nothing, So he said, okay, I shouldn't worry, we'll go back. Then I think when we spoke, the inmates overheard our conversation. So when I got back in, they're like, oh, lawyer, no, yeah, but compel lawyer way. So they mentioned Gary Nimaku. He's an MPP.
Your guys inside the cell?
Yes.
They chose a lawyer for you?
Yes. They know the law. The people for the don't go play. They know the law past the lawyer self.
They give you recommendation.
But they get the case. You are arguing the case. They get the case. You are a lawyer. Yes. What did they go through? You know.
No.
So this is some lawyer. They call him Gary. Find them. He be massa. If they catch you, they cut the person's head. He go talk some way. You go out. So they kept asking me questions. Oh, the people what they catch you? I said, oh no. I just did that with the pigs. So, this is your case. It be tomato case. Relax. Tomato case. Oh, with tomato case. So they kept mentioning Gary. So I had to call. We had a phone, the yam phone, and I had to call Step.
Did they allow you to take phone for the service?
Oh no, the people, they don't know. We be smuggled, it be contraband. So every night they come in and find contrabands, but we find a way of hiding it. You should know that I lived there for a month. So I called outside, told my people, Charlie, this is some Gary guy, find him.
You never hear of a name before?
No.
Before that time?
No, before that time, no. Same with Jerry, So Gary came, I think, 2 days after. And Gary was the one that brought some spark of light, because when he got there, he said one thing. He said, the police is not your friend. Stop talking to them. Don't talk to the police. When they come to you, refer them to your lawyers. Relax, you go find some food, chop, relax, you go be cool.
The recommendation was good?
Yes, very good. Very good. So I did my first two weeks. I was arraigned. So I was caught, I think on a Thursday, arraigned. So I did my Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Weekend.
Yes, Now the weekend be like the city they work.
Mm-hmm.
So I was arraigned on Monday. They did 2 weeks remand.
Was that your first time in court?
I should think so. Yes.
What was it? Is it? What's the feeling like in the dock?
It felt like a movie. I like all these court movies and detective movies. So I saw myself in a movie. And then there were stories. For the first time in cells, I was reading my own stories. And I was the hot cake on there. There's the news bulletin, right? And the entertainment news is the last that they take. And it's my name. Every channel you flip. And Shatta Wale's manager, so I was huge. I was infamous.
How were your cellmates treating you?
Oh, they were treating me well, very well, because they didn't make sense out of what was happening. And they were talking technical. They were saying, what's the evidence? Where were you? So the whole thing for me, again, was like a movie. But then there was this realistic part of it. You didn't have access to your kids, your wife, family, your phones. So you felt that, yeah, it's okay. So I'm in the movie proper.
Did the judge appear stern?
I've forgotten the judge's name. Yeah, she did.
A woman?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was a woman. But she was just doing her job.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing with the courts, maybe as we go, we will learn, the courts will just base whatever decision they come to based on what is before them. So the judge is not allowed to read anything or listen to whatever, Usually when you have a jury, they are sequestered, that kind of thing, So what they have. So it's more of what you can prove and what you cannot,
Did the case come to court?
No.
Was he not the complainant?
No, we didn't even get there, you don't understand. So what I was doing for the next 4 years was a committal process. So they commit you to the process. So you have to be showing up every month. So the prosecutors, that's the police, will come and say, okay, oh, we no finish, oh, so we are still doing investigations. Yeah, they kept doing that for 4 years.
Wow.
Yes. So now check this thing. If my lawyers, Jerry and Gary, had not gone to the Supreme Court, because at the time murder was not bailable, to the Human Rights Court to get me that bail within a month, I would have been in cells for the 4 years that I was going to come to court.
Wow.
Yes.
And some people are actually doing that.
So they'll be bringing you from the Insawam or whatever. And I was restricted. I think my passport was taken at the time. I couldn't travel. So you had businesses out there that you were supposed to attend, but hey, and on days that later on, I think my lawyers tried to get my passport. On days that you were able to go, you had timelines to come back, because if you missed, there'll be a bench warrant,
For your arrest.
It'll be easy, but eventually God came through.
How did you survive, man?
I don't know.
With your mind intact?
I don't know. I mean, I think family was there for me. Everybody, my mom, my dad, my wife. She when I got back from cells for a month, my wife is slim already. And she just looked like the legs of your tripod. She had, shrunk some more. She's a
You forgot about your decision to divorce her.
Oh yes, long time. How good one. That time there we ran and we jumped ahead a long time. She was a pillar. Her mom, everybody. One of the things that struck me when I came out, my daughter, I think she was I think I was 2 at the time or something. She asked me, where were you? Like, I didn't see you.
Yeah, home. Good question.
Yeah, the whole time. And I said, I went to visit her. I said, no, you're lying. You were in cells.
She wanted to back up whatever she was hearing.
She knew. Because they brought her to the police station. There were times when my wife wanted to bring her, and I said I didn't want her to see me.
No.
In that space. I didn't want that memory of me in her head, So she came by the police station. She would go to school. I was all over the newspaper. I had done beautiful work with artists and everything. I never made the front page until I was accused of murder. I made the front page. I think Graphic or Times, one of them, hey, this is the guy, and some other newspapers. So the media at the time were not kind. But hey, again, they were doing their job. That's what they thought they were reporting, So friends that owned some newspapers, you thought, they would even not report on the matter. They had to go and find pictures that looked
miserable.
Yes.
To show that you are suffering.
You be the killer, But hey, in all that, I think God was preparing me for today. I've learned a lot from that time, and it shaped me till this day, and in the future, what I'm supposed to do. If I had not gone through all these experiences,
will not be here.
Yes, I wouldn't know what I'm talking about. So for me, it's all been positives. Usually when you are in the matter, they see. No. Yes, they see the positives.
Until you come out.
Exactly.
One word to describe your time with Shatta Wale?
A learning curve. Yeah, learning curve, because he wasn't your regular artist. He didn't conform to the norms. When I'm on radio quenching some matter that he said, and he's on another one starting, so it just threw me off balance. I had not worked in that terrain before. Everybody I had worked with followed some sort of a script, and not my script, but a script that we have agreed on. But he will sit down and say, then you go see the right Z for some place.
Is that what makes him him?
Yes. I mean, you can't, people pray for rain and they forget that there's mud to be dealt with, so if you didn't have that part of him, you wouldn't get what you have with all the music, the drama and the excitement, Yes, we that bared some of the brands that, because we're with him closely, would have a different convo or conversation or vibe because we were by the fire. You know, you might just see the fire and you not feel it, but we were by the fire, so we knew how it cooked or it burnt. Yes, but it was a learning curve. I learned a lot. Yes.
And then the whole Fennec thing, how would you describe that?
That was also a learning curve for me. You know, so before that time, I've always had I have zero. I still have zero tolerance for people who don't use their brains. You know, I'm not a big fan of people. Yes, you should be able to use your brain. Like I said the last time, your brain is a processor, not a hard drive. So my mom kept saying I should be patient. You know, she kept saying that you see people walking around, they are dead already. They just want you to aid them into the casket or yes, or the tomb or whatever you want to call it. So I should be, because I had I'm the guy that will get out of my car and fight in the middle of the road because you made a wrong screech, or you know you're putting my life in there. And so some of these things, sometimes you are trying to be nice, and the offender is trying to be like and that I won't let it slide. You know, so I had my own ins and outs of the cell, you know, because of what's the word? Yes, what's the word? Assault. I've had a lot of assault cases in quite a few places.
When was the last one?
Oh,
a couple of years.
Oh yes, I'll say decades, because
it
was way I turned off that side of me when I got into this space proper. You know, because it will not pay. You know.
Yeah.
So I'll rather talk my way out of the situation, or I'll just walk away, because I know what I'm capable of. Like I said, when I'm angry, I'm slow to anger. I can take in a lot, digest it, but when I unleash the dragon, I'll burn the place. So, you know, I'm learning to control it. Yes.
What do you miss most about Mom?
She just said it as it was. She didn't pamper us. You know, you're stupid. You use your brain. If she had to hit you, she will hit you. You know, and she'll just tell you that when you throw a ball against the wall, it bounces back to you. It depends on how hard you throw the ball. You know, so she went hard on us, because she was the only parent taking care of us, and she had to work and balance with being the mom and the dad at the same time.
What work did she do?
She was a lab technician.
Okay, yeah, you said so.
Yes. So she had a tough one, and she was dealing with her own demons. You know, I mean, we all have our demons, so she was dealing with her own demons, and we were adding our own, and it wasn't easy for her. So the cane and the gigging through, and you know, my mom. So if my mom is on the beating spree, anything that she comes across, the thing for hit you. Some chair.
A chair. You've made contact with a chair before?
Oh yes, you know that they saying anything.
Pots, cooking pots.
Yeah, Charlie Zico. You know.
Which one is Zico?
You know. Oh yeah, anything. She's a martial artist. You know, and it paid off, because we grew up hard in a neighborhood that had all truancy.
Adabraka was hard, eh?
Hard, still hard. You know, the difference between Adabraka and Nima, the Nima people for no come kill me. Is Adabraka looks residential.
It does.
But Nima looks like
hard.
Yes, but Charlie, the
Adabraka
people
is hard.
would be the same. Nima, Newtown, Adabraka, Bukum. You know, the only thing that saves Adabraka is it's a commercial area, right? And some parts are residential. But hey, hard. There's nobody who they say is from Adabraka who is soft. You know, there was a day I was...
Your sister too, hard?
Hard. They were the fighters of the family. She and a cousin of mine, she's dead, Kwanedu. If I give my sister one city, say, make it find you, Like you go stop make public appearance. Hard. Go show you something. Woman, the thing here you go do. You know, so we grew up there. That was home. My mom was very cool. She she showed her hardness when it was time to discipline you, because she was be with your books. There are two friends of yours, your books and your bed. Don't leave them. These people will not give you trouble. And I didn't have a head for mathematics, you know. And
is it the way they taught it?
Yes, I had a mathematical teacher, you know, maths teacher, Mr. Onai. Charlie, the guy, if I see him today, say, I will forfeit to strangle him small, you know.
What did they do?
Charlie mental, 4 + 4 = 2. Then
the wooden ruler.
Charlie. So we just watch the cane or shape us and go.
Yeah, don't even bother to answer.
Then you go reach home to your mommy. They give you things, homework. You see, like this desk table. The cane they lie there and the homework there. So we go watch the cane. Beat us, Charlie, because we can't think through. You know, I didn't know all this find X, find Y. They will not make sense. Because if you give me money now, they count the money.
Of course.
Yeah. So what was that time wasting?
Who lost X anyway?
A B. Charlie, are they still teaching that in school?
I think so.
Oh no.
X and Y.
Charlie, the warriors. Oh, I had this friend, Edmund. Charlie Edmund Toto, the guy, you know, he collect beating beautifully or majestically. The guy go come there like this. 38 lashes. He cool. They go sit down. There was this other guy, William. In the teacher go run. Oh God, Charlie.
Escape route.
Yes.
It will still be found.
Yeah. You know, so I mean, my mom had to be hard, because if, like, you know, make hard, the people were rolling with the weed smokers, you know,
pimps and all those.
Oh yeah, like by now, maybe the last time I was in Sawam, I told the guy I visited there, I was telling the inmates there, he is in charge of their aerobics. So
inside the prison.
Yes.
They do aerobics.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, keep fit.
Exactly. You know, I was telling them that for somebody like him, he's there doing our time. And when I say he's there doing our time, I'm not saying our parents failed, but these are people that we met on the street anytime you were not home. You know, now if you were trying to do something untoward, they will tell you, no, don't do that. This is not yours. We there here already. We did do them. No, you people. You know, so they kept guiding us the whole time, because we could have easily ended up like them. And these are people that are serving multiple counts of issues. Yes, exactly. You know, and they've been there back and forth and now they're doing like some time, you know. So I was telling them that these are people that can tell a real story. I'm hoping he's trying to get an appeal. One of these days, if God wills and he comes out, I'll bring him to tell a story.
100% I want to speak to.
This is
real stories.
Yo, I don't know if you've heard of Atayi.
Yes.
I'm talking about Atayi's godfather. Atayi is not
higher than Atayi.
Oh, Atayi no be thief. When we were going, Atayi be taxi. Atayi can drive with his back reverse, from here to Kumasi and back. That's his expertise.
Full reverse.
No good 10. That's him. He be taxi driver. He be driver. So he's like a getaway driver, right? He be in Godfather matter the talk. You know, when those times he be them when they run themselves, then Atayi he be. As the guy go inside way, you know, gigs not they come. So Atayi now start front way. They go babambaing, be Dada B. Oh no, be Dada B. Dada B. When they talk, the person they talk, I'm hoping when it comes out, he will tell his own story.
Yeah, man.
And it's an inspiring one. I have a small documentary on him I'll put out, but I'm not showing his face because he wills the right to put it out. So I'm sure when he comes. And he's somebody that can help with what is happening today on these streets. Look, in the ghettos, life is different. It's not like we know it. You know, it's not like we know it. I mean, they will fight and wound and maim you over the pettiest. Again, they're running on a hard drive, right? So with my meaning on a chair. So there's always some case pending in their head.
Resentment.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? So
you could have been there.
I know. Easily. Because these are people I grew up with. I don't know how I made it. You know, again, I'm sure my God worked through my mom. Because the fear was that when you reach home, they could cane you. I mean, my very first girlfriend that I got, and I'm there some corner. My auntie, they go through baller. You know what be baller?
Yeah,
They carry rubbish. Yeah. They pass, they go. Me and the girl there some corner. You know, that place, you for no see we. Charlie, my auntie see we for their way comes. Yeah, you.
You made the report to mommy.
The beatings are collected. The next day, my mom is in the girl's house, telling the girl's mom that, you see what, she had her own uniform for work, right? So she had a light blue and a very dark or black skirt, you know. That's what she wears to work all the time. She goes to the woman's, my girlfriend's, first girlfriend's mother's house, and she's like, oh, no, no pain your no, okay, I will be there.
Meaning, you see what I'm wearing?
Yes, that's all I have. So when my son gets your daughter pregnant, don't bring her my house. Me, I don't like babies. They irritate me, safe. Hey, that one said, let me collect my beating long time. No easy.
Did you go back to see the girl?
Oh yes, the girl. We went out for some 3 years, and in the 3 years, we only made love 3 times. Every year once.
Okay.
Because she wasn't always at
available.
Yes, she went to school. You know, and my mom too, Charlie, no make the matter easy.
No.
So you see my wife, I don't know how my wife got the nod, because I had a falling out with her. She was my girlfriend. I think we went for movies, went to watch movies, and we had an argument. I left, went to hang out with my friends. Then I go back home. I used to stay with my mom and my sister, right? Usually we have cousins who come and spend time. Mm-hmm. So usually when they come, I have a student mattress, so they might give to them to sleep, and I might chalk somewhere, you know. I get back, coming to sleep, the whole place is dark. Open the door, put on the light, because I see somebody lying in my space. I put on the light, and my mom wasn't asleep. She was just seated on her bed. Said, Kema say no, lie by her. Tomorrow we'll talk. And that was my wife. And this is a woman who, if you came to my house as a guy, saw me through, you know, there's a crack in every door, right? Mm-hmm. Ours was big enough, so if you were outside of the door, you see me sitting in the room. My mom will tell you, Ebe, Yasha.
No, you didn't see her?
Yes.
Did they see you?
Yes. Go out. You know they. So for her to allow a woman, and that's a guy who come in and say, for
what did she see in your
I don't know. Woman? I wanted to ask her, but I couldn't do that before she left. And I asked my wife. My wife was like, maybe the story she told, or the way my wife has an infectious smile, mm-hmm. And I'm sure it's the way she told her story that they made my mom. You know, and you know that people that you just bond with when so I'm sure it's one of those things. And so I knew that night that she was the one I'm going to get married to, because that was like an approval. That, oh, okay, once he come lie me in my bed top for where they sleep, then
when she give you, mommy give you the green light. So then you come there.
Yes.
Maybe so.
You know, so we kept on, and we're here today. You know.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's it like being a father, man?
What's it like being a father? I don't know. This is a question for my kids. They will know. But I think I try as much as possible to to be soft and hard. I require only two things, and I've told my kids. The eldest will be 18 this year, and the youngest will be, I think, 6. We are 6 this year. And I sit them down and I tell them I don't want anything from them. Their life is theirs, but I require two things. Those are mine. I least expect people to do anything, but that expectation I want from them is actually for them. So use your head and don't be a burden. Yes, I don't care what you become.
Use your head.
Don't be a burden. If you are able to do number one, number two will be easy because you won't be a burden. You know that, and don't be a burden onto yourself and onto others. So that's my only thing I ask from them, and I don't want anything.
That's it.
Yes, their life is theirs, whatever they want to do with it. I mean, yes, you obviously you play the fatherly role, and I like to treat them as adults.
Mm-hmm.
So when matter comes up, we have a discussion. If you need to be punished, you go collect them. You know, I won't touch them, I won't beat them, but things that I know you are attached to,
you withdraw.
Yes.
Privileges.
Yes, then, you know. So I'm trying, but they will know whether I'm a good one or a good father. And I keep saying this, a man can never be a better husband than a better father. So don't, try to be a husband, but you never get it right. But no matter what you do, strive to be the best of father, because you can be a good father or the best of fathers. But there's nothing that you do that you be a good husband. Your wife will always have issues, one or two. You know, maybe doing hair, talk say the hair nice, or you cook, talk say that's all. Something. But with kids, they'll always see you. As yes.
So maintain that.
Exactly.
What's it like being a pundit on these review shows, man? Because you're very outspoken there.
Yeah. For me, it's fun because I bring myself everywhere I go. I am not aiming to be somebody else. I am blessed to be who I am, and I walk into the room as myself, not as anybody. So what you see is what you get. Depending on what is happening, I don't see cameras. I just see Kafui.
So it's a conversation.
Yes, that's how I look at it. So for me, and that's how come I'm where I am. So sometimes I make those outbursts because, people.
Let's get into it. What was the biggest trouble you've gotten into with punditry?
When I warned the ex-president of Ghana,
President Akufo-Addo.
Oh yes, I mean
he warned him that what?
He forpay us our money, men's gold money. I had lost $1 million in men's gold. I was part of a pool of victims, and his regime was responsible for that loss. So he needed to fix it before he left.
What was the reaction?
They went off air, because it was.
What channel was this?
UTV.
They went off air?
Yes.
While you were talking?
Yes. They had to go off because it was too hot for the channels.
What, UTV took a break or everything shut down?
No, they took a break.
And then you didn't come back?
We came back. And they asked me to withdraw. I said, I won't withdraw. So I think at the time, Afia Schwarzenegger was on there as well. So she says, you are threatening the president. I said, no, I'm not threatening. Because what I said was very simple. I said, he needs to pay the customers. If not, he will not finish his term and will run away. It was plain like that. And they say he will run away, go where? I say he will run away. But they thought it was a threat.
So you were picked up?
Oh, sharp.
How between the utterances and the pickup was how long?
I think 48 hours. So
where were you when they picked you up?
I had returned from a radio show. I was getting home, so I was just in front of my gate. I had called my PA at the time. I wanted him. I like fufu. My afternoon fufu. I know they take.
We cancel.
light one, you know, then fried fish, some egg on the side, and tolo. You know
Making me hungry, man.
Yeah. You know, so I'd called my PA. I told him, Charlie, I'm coming home, meet me at the gate, take the car, get my fufu from wherever I get it, you know. I get to the gate, then boom, 5 SUVs, 5 sedans, block the road. The only thing they should have added was the helicopter. Then they do Rambo 1 or Rambo 5 or Rambo 10. They blocked my road. Police officers hop out with AK-47s, bulletproofs, you know, geared up, you know. I don't know.
You were alone?
Me alone, Charlie. You know, I think they think I don't know, I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, I have bombs and bullets and I don't know.
What were you feeling when you were saying all this?
Yeah.
Did you have a feeling that it was because of what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Because when I left the show on that night, a friend of mine who's on the other side, MPP, called me and said, oh, Charlie, bro, you know, try cry. Oh, Charlie, like, as they say, withdraw. I say, why not try? What do you mean? And, you know, usually when I'm speaking to anybody on the phone, I'm listening to the background. I'm a background person. Even when I'm listening to music, I'm listening to the voices in the back, you know. So I realized we were like on a conference call or I was on a speakerphone. So I said, Charlie, what did you talk about? I talk what I go talk. Whatever they want to make, they do. So, you know, then my people say they go do. I say, listen, there's nothing, and I said it on the phone, I said, there's nothing your people can do. The best thing they will do is to use the police. But if they try street, you know, go good for them. Because me, street, they lie. I get street. So make them no try like, oh, they want to intimidate you, use street. No, they go lose that war. So they should use the appropriate channels if they feel that. So I knew they were going to come. So they took my advice. I was with Honorable Siddiq, or His Excellency Siddiq now.
Yeah, the new High Commissioner.
Yes. I was with him. And I think on that day he was on the show briefly. So I knew I was expecting it. Now that day, and before that time, these guys were just, you know, hounding me. Sometimes I'm going home and I know there's a car following me that just finding where. So I had multiple places I slept.
You didn't come home?
Yes, you know, that days I was spending in the office, on days out, you know. So I knew that particular day.
What's your tip for shaking off somebody who is following you? If you realize somebody is following you, what do you do?
I don't go to the destination required. I'll just drive off, go, you know, maybe go and sit somewhere, take a drink, spend some time, you know, make sure I lost my tail. You know, it's important. I don't confront you because for, you know, maybe they are not even after you. But most, I think about 4 or 5 times, you know, there have been times they've bagged my phone, you know, but I mean, I say it as it is, go, Charlie, damn the consequence.
Can you tell when your phone has been bugged?
Yes, sometimes you hear there's
like a crackle?
Yes.
Like say interference?
Yes. Fortunately for me, I have people in the spaces where they find out and they're like, oh yeah, it is so flashy, do this, you know. So for me, that 8 years was something else for me. You know?
So them jammed you for your house?
Yes, for the house in front. They forced us into my house.
They forced you into your house?
Yeah, opened the gate. They asked my PA, drive into the house. Then they put handcuffs on me outside of the house, pushed me inside the house, got into the compound area, asked me to open my space. They went there, ransacked the whole place. And I was asking, what are you looking for? They said, they're looking for a weapon. I said, yes, I do have a weapon, but it's not mine. It's for my wife. It's a kitchen knife. You know? So that's the only thing you will see. You know, I think one of them stole a photo of me in handcuffs, and I dared him to put it out. We go see what will happen, you know, because he's a little guy. He's just some tall guy, but he's little. Given the opportunity where they stand, you know, it just be some small boy.
Were their numbers visible?
No, they were in Mufti. So these guys were. So I asked them where they were. They said they were from National Security. So they were in Mufti, but these policemen were in their suits and, you know, jacked up and everything, you know. But I didn't catch their names. I was dealing with the security, apparatus more. So they finished. They didn't find anything. They put me in the car. Then we drove to the BNI, the one behind Alisa, tall walls.
Yes.
I've always wondered what was behind those walls, because when I used to work at Chronicle, those were the routes we used. I'm like, what did they? So that day,
opportunity.
Oh yes.
What did they?
Oh, it was just buildings, you know. Those places, they have underground cells, and at the time they had instructed them to put me in one of the underground cells, but I met some very good people who felt, I was too harsh, and I told them, Charlie, I know trouble. I was going to eat, and you guys came for me. So, said, what do you eat? I said, fufu. They asked, where do you get it? I showed them. They went to get me my fufu pepper with my light soup and my egg and fried fish. I finished. I didn't have boxes. They had to buy boxes for me. Then they put me in some jalabia, some nice. So I wanted to take a picture. They said it's not allowed. Then they now dragged me into the cell, and that cell was scary because it was just me. It was a huge one, and it was just me in there, and you didn't know what was going to happen. I think close to 3 days, handed me to the police. The police now took me to the striking force. They were instructed to take me because there was Nima police station at the time. There was Cantonment police station. They said no, they can't go striking because the deadliest of the deadliest. But hey, we made it. We're here.
Where was your lawyer? Did he allow you to call your lawyer?
Oh yes. I mean, at the time, I didn't even call my lawyer. My people, because straight away it was news that had been. So my lawyer had to come.
Still Gary or Jerry?
No, at the time it was Jerry.
Okay.
Gary had fallen. We're falling apart. It was not by any bad reason, but Jerry became my guy, my brother, partners. We did a lot of stuff together. So he was always on call. So he came to the BNI place, At the end of the whole thing, I was cautioned by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama that, Charlie, leave the old man alone.
But then he was in opposition.
He was in opposition.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in opposition. Okay. Fine, I don't talk about it. I mean, if Akufo-Addo is watching, he should say thanks to His Excellency, because I was going to break his neck, not physically. I mean, I was going to be on his neck the whole time. His Excellency saved him from my gunshots. Because, he messed us up, the whole country. For that 8 years, it was for me, I think it was a lesson we all learned. And I'm not sure Ghana will get into that space again. They lied their way into power, and they kept on lying and lying. At a point, if you Googled Ghana's top liar, who came up, right?
You think nobody hacked the system?
Oh, whether they hacked it or not, the one who came up is who we saw, Baumia. It wasn't us. So if you go and Google, I don't know if the thing is still there, but if you Google the most the liar in Ghana, it is him. Because they had lofty promises and failed at all of it.
Do you think Mr. Ofre Atta will come back?
He has to. He doesn't have a choice. You see, he made a mistake by being caught. He should have just grown a beard and changed his whole, to know tomorrow if I shave my beard, I'll look funny. So he should have just grown one, a big one. And because today as we speak, nobody can point who Anas is. So he should have worn a mask or something. But since we catch him like this, we did a detention. Now, he's a criminal now, right? Not by our books, but their books. He's overstayed his whatever. So he's facing his criminal whatever. He go come face here too. He has to. He no get choice. The rot they left, the mismanagement, he needs to come and answer for it. He is accountable to us. We paid him. We gave him a job. So he should come and answer the question. If there's a tree where saying who's someone, cool. We know ball. Nobody's saying he's guilty, but he's behaving as if he's guilty already. I don't subscribe to the presumed innocent until proven guilty, because the act that follows doesn't match. So I am more of presumed guilty.
And now prove yourself innocent.
Yes, that will work, because everything else that the police or the arresting officials do proves that or treats you as a guilty person.
Before we go, did you try to sue for damages?
For my case?
Yes, for your case.
So all the lawyers I'm speaking to say I cannot, but I want to test the law. They're saying because I didn't go to trial, yes, it will be difficult. I was discharged, so it will be difficult. But I want to try and test the law and see, because some compensation will go bad.
What's the figure? Are you looking at the figure?
Yeah, like maybe 200 million Ghana cedis.
Straight up.
Yeah, I tire for that thing too much, all over the place, the face. My kids suffered. When my wife, they go to town, they're like, oh, they're pointing at them, yeah, the kids, your father is, we went through hell. If not for me, I for collect for them. Me, I can weather the storm, but women and kids, it's just by some miracle that we're still here. So some 200 million from Ghana government, no go bad.
Bull House Entertainment, I mean, what's up with it? Is it on ice now?
Oh, we're not, we're into events, but we're pausing a little bit with the artist management. We're doing this Adopt a Cell project. Yes, that's our main focus now. Again, if you look at what we're doing, we're still roping artists into what we're doing. So it's well within our scope of operation, but our main goal now is transforming these cells, and we're transforming it one day at a time. We're hoping to cover the whole landscape of Ghana. So help us God.
Amen. BullGod.
Yes, sir.
Always good.
Yes, sir.
Vibing with you.
Yes, I was.
Thank you. I wish you the best.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, man.
God bless. And you're doing well.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I follow you. You're doing well, and you're a veteran. We should be on the opposite side. We should be asking you questions.
The questions, sir.
Yes.
I look forward to that day.
Yes.
When you start your podcast.
Yes.
Call me.
Yes. It will be called the Godcast.
I like it. I like it, man.
Yes.
The Godcast.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir. Thank
One
you.
love.
Thank you.
That's my conversation with BullGod. Yes. Let's meet in the comments. My name is Kafui Dey. God bless.
God bless.
So, I always ask this question. I almost forgot it. Who would you want me to interview after you're gone?
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Nice one.
Yes, him and Father Dixon. Father Dixon is a Bible of entertainment. He's done a lot in this space. He will be able to tell you the despite story as well.
Yes.
And for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he's a walking encyclopedia. There are things. There are a lot to him than we see or experience. So I would love for you to.
2 good picks.
Yes.
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 So help us God.
Yes, it will happen.
If it's so.
The universe doesn't say no.
No.
So once you put your mind to it, it will happen.
It be so.
Yes.
It be so.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.